At all, Nathan. So here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to ask you to just hold on 1 second for me. You can just hold on 1 second for me, please, Nathan. And I do want to get him in. I think we'll only have him for audio currently. Again, and let me just, Nathan, if you can just hold on, I will, let me just test one thing. Then what's up? What are you doing? Perfect. Yeah, man, we're hearing you. All right. So Dana is only with us with audio tonight. So you guys who are watching on, but with a hope of typing, what you typing, Dana? Okay. So welcome again, and I'm gonna say it third time. The third time's a charm. Third time's a charm. So, welcome again to this week's Brick Talk. Then are you still hearing me? I can some feedback.
Yeah, I'm hearing you. I might need to get it actually. So, yeah.
Okay, perfect. If you can, all right, that'd be great. I'm sure. About that. All right. Hear me fine?
Yep, all is well.
All right. Thank you guys for sitting through while we sorted that out. We are not. The game alive is very, very, very hard to play, especially when you're doing it as an amateur. So, welcome to this week's Brick Talk. If you're watching us on YouTube, welcome. If you're watching us in the Grow Grad group, hi guys. And I'm Randy, that's Danai. You should know how it works by now. We talk about the local stock market each week. This week we talk about a topic, speak on a topic, and of course you guys join us on whatever topics you might have in mind. This week we're talking about we entitled it The Dollar Chase. What's up? You still hear me, Danai?
I'm hearing you.
Yeah, man, perfect. Yeah, so chasing dollars, right? I had a conversation this week, which of course is heavily playing on the theme of the hottest IPO on the market. Currently, the dollar IPO, which everybody seems to want and is running on but can't get. But also, I'm sure there's lots of other dollars on the market, especially for those smart. You know that there are actually a lot of, and have been a lot of nice little deals and money made quietly on the local market while everybody has been looking at dollar. So. Even welcome send a speaking request and we will talk about that and whatever else you want. Danai and I will talk, and if any points you have any questions, we're more than happy to take them. As usual, I'm still not a licensed investment advisor and I don't do investment advice. Danai is a licensed investment advisor and
So I'm not working tonight.
Exactly. He's at home enjoying his Friday evening talking to all of us here and talk to me. So he's not acting as an investment advisor, and it's important that you know that, especially because we are talking about the market, and I know a lot of people listen and still ignore it, but I'm not going to lose my integrity by not saying it. So I will say it. I'll remind everybody, do not take this as an advisory session. I'm not an advisor, and Danai is not acting as an advisor. Book a session with him if you want him to give you some advice, right? Properly at dhalladvisory.com. You saying something just now, Danai?
Oh no, that's nah,
okay, there we go. So dhalladvisory.com. Go and book a consultation if you want to have a session with him. Otherwise, we can have a great conversation. I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of stuff they want to talk about on the market this week. Starting off with Nathan Downer, who's been waiting patiently. So, what's up, Nathan? How are you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Nothing much. Glad for the weekend. It's been a rough couple of days of trying to chase the dollars. I think the space is aptly named today. I have a quick little beginner-friendly question, because I know you guys have talked a lot in the past about stressing the importance of understanding the circuit breaker rule.
Oh my God. Oh God.
Stress already.
Oh God.
It's funny because we spent a lot of time last time speaking about it, didn't we, Randy?
Yeah,
in your group and outside.
Privately, I'm sick and tired of that rule. I can tell you this: I'm not interested in going too deep in it. It's something that I will be going deeper into at this month's Advanced Grow, which is every month we do Advanced Grow on a different topic. This month the topic is short-term investing. I do that every couple of months, so this is one of the months where we'll be doing short-term investing. If you are interested in it, especially if you've done Grow before, I would much rather if you've done Grow before to do this, because otherwise the conversation is very, very difficult, regardless of your the level of knowledge that you may have. The conversation often gets very, very difficult. So, ask your question, but I'm not going to be going too deep into explaining it because it is. I just worn out.
It's going to be covered again.
Yeah, it's going to be covered at Advanced Grow, and like I said, I kind of really, really tired.
Years right now.
Yeah, man. But sign up for advanced grow this month. If you've done
stress
grow
already,
already.
so, yeah.
Yeah, stress me out there. There I will talk about it later all out. Later all out. I'd say fully blah blah blah. If you want to know what that is, you go to everymickle.com/store or everymickle.com/ I think agrow, and yeah, you can start. And I don't have a lot of slots open for it either. I think I had maybe just 30 slots open this month for it. So you want to move, and some have moved already. So most of the spots are taken up by grow subscribers, monthly subscribers. So I don't put a lot out to the public. So if you're hearing this and you've done grow before and you want to do this month's advanced grow and short-term investing, then you want to move quickly to the website and get it as quickly as you can. All right, sorry, that was enough for my preamble and my little easy ad, Nathan. Go ahead, let me hear your question.
I'm just thinking about how to cut down the question then a little bit, make it a little more specific.
I mean, ask it and we'll answer as we can.
All right. So I guess it's around. So I recognize and big up again to my manager for the way they have the dashboard set up and information in your face. For the circuit breaker, there is, if you're looking at the intraday data for a particular stock, they give the breakdown what the tradable range is. You have the red zone for what you can't touch. The yellow is what will trip the circuit breaker, right?
Correct.
Any trade that goes through in that range. Okay, cool.
Correct.
And then
Correct.
I guess the question is, after the circuit breaker is triggered, I know you have the cooldown, which is an hour, and give everybody a chance to reassess and whatever. During that period, you're still able to edit or send in orders for the stock, right?
No.
Or you're not. You can't send in anything.
You get that thing there to say the stock is halted, I believe, or it just doesn't show. One of them.
Right. Okay, but you can't submit you can't queue up orders while it is out.
No. Wait until thing there.
Okay. So I had an interesting thing happen, and I mean, I figure it's just my lack of knowledge. But after it had released, I think it was on today's Friday, so yesterday, there was a period where it was open and there were no trades executing, but there were still a lot of slots in the green. Let's say I had a trade in for $1.99, and at the time, I think up to $2.01 were all in the green, good to go. But when I put in the order, the status on the order was referred.
Pom.
Yeah. I didn't understand what that meant initially, so I called in the JC and they told me usually you get the referred status when you are putting in an order over the circuit breaker limit. But at that particular point, it should have been within the limit.
What price did you put in and when?
So what I put in first?
What price?
What's the price that got referred?
$1.99.
Oh, yeah. Why would that have gone through? When? Yesterday?
It would have been, yesterday morning.
Yesterday. So why would that trade have gone through at $1.99?
Well, so wasn't that the
as in you said, it should have gone through. So what?
Well,
why?
okay, yes. I was assuming it had gone through because at the time when I was looking at the intraday details, the order queue, $1.99 was within the green threshold. I think the cutoff was $2, and $2.05 would have been the entry to that the circuit breaker trigger.
Well, it's not odd. You know what? We actually worked on
the changes they made yesterday.
Yeah, we made some changes. We made some changes to this page yesterday. So I like that. I like that you're using it, and I understand the stress of you using it. I want to know what the anybody watching on YouTube now can see. It also looks a little different on my screen.
Let me jump over there.
Yeah, if you're going on YouTube same time, you want to mute it just to be safe.
Yeah, man, I haven't AirPods.
Okay, so it's I'm just waiting for it to load, but we have made a few changes. So we might have had some incorrect data yesterday. Now I shouldn't say incorrect. I think maybe it might have been colored differently. I understand people maybe looking at the color, it might have thrown them off. There was one thing that I know that was off, and we made a change to it. So this would have been after the first breaker trip, right?
Right. Yeah, after the first one.
Yeah, we made a change to what happens after the first breaker, meaning we made it a lot clearer. And I think we did have incorrect data, and then I'll take the blame for that fully. Meaning after the first breaker trips, there's a set of rules that need to be followed, and we made it. What was happening was that we put it how it would look at the end of the day versus trading for the rest of the day. So that might have thrown you off. But regardless, I don't think anybody was selling.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So how it would look at the end of the day, how it would be correct, is how it looked after the first
breaker. It wouldn't adjust for the second.
Exactly.
The second.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, it's annoying. So we'll fix that. So my apologies for that. However, if there's any consolation, I don't think you'd have got. Were you trying to buy with it? That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
I don't think
too late, bossy.
you wouldn't have gotten anything. Not probably. You almost certainly wouldn't have. Yeah.
No, I'm not almost. I'm certain.
So that's the next thing. So basically, it's almost
gridlock.
like those orders that are in at the start of the day, based on people who would have done the calculations and know where it's going to drop and whatever. Basically, no new orders coming in at that point would even have a chance, more or less.
I mean, they have a chance. I'll give you a chance.
Well, sure, they have a chance.
That's the quantity, I guess.
Yeah.
The chance might be very similar, depending on other things happening.
Yeah. So you notice how if you listen, if you're a regular listener, if you listen a couple of weeks before it opened, I think maybe the last 2 weeks, when we were talking to people, I talked to somebody off here and they're saying that it make it sound harsh. I'm like, I'm sorry, it didn't come across that way to me. I'm sorry, I don't mean it to be harsh. But as like when people are saying it as like, how dismissive I was, like, you're probably not gonna get the shares that you want, and like the people have the plans of I'm gonna buy it at 125 or 150. This is what you'd have seen over the last week. Is why
realistic?
It's realistic, but people want to think that they have a chance, and I don't want to be the person who kills their dreams. So the reality is that what you're seeing now is why you'd have heard me just be not very expectant of people getting volumes on the first day or the second day. Yeah,
that's why I almost have never spoken about circuit breaker. I keep going into. Times have changed. In fact, the knowledge of the circuit breaker now is far more than it was a couple of years ago, and IPOs look different based on the knowledge because some people know it and understanding more about how trading works and the rules there. Like the sophistication of people beating me around in the queue, beating Shanice in the queue. That's on an IPO day. That's a factor of we're speaking about the rules, people understanding them, people being able to put in the orders at the right time, competing there. And the gridlock you're seeing there, it's everybody putting them order one time or at the very close times. If you're going for 125 on the first day and somebody get up and say, all right, if somebody's even selling at 125, there's an order there at 130. And there's a lot of orders there at 130. So if you really want that 125, I'm sorry, but it's very, very unlikely. You'll see 125 in a case where an IPO demand is low. So meaning the stock is finally listed and not a lot of people are want it. And if it's to the point where a 125 order can go in, then at that point I probably worry that it's not going to move up very quickly in a very short time. And people don't really like it that much for right now. That's what I would take from that.
Yeah.
So if you get in a 125 order on first day and you are looking to flip, be wary.
And nobody's selling the stock. At least this one you could tell nobody be selling it at $1.25 on day one.
Exactly.
Yeah. I know it might be frustrating, especially if it's your first time. If it's not your first time, I have less sympathy for you. You should know better. If it's your first time, I know it might be, and it's thousands of people's first time. If it's your first time, I understand, and it might be frustrating, but that's just the reality of what the market is. There are literally thousands of us trying for the thing, and a percentage of the
same thing.
Yeah,
we all want that same thing.
And a percentage of the 1,000 of us have done more research, have come to grow, have done the last advanced grow where I did short-term investing. It has gotten very popular now, I can tell, where people are. I see the stuff in the chats, I get the forwards. I've had, like I said, painful conversations with people because, it's not the level of what XYZ say and somebody say, and it's at the WhatsApp forward level. So you see a lot of things like big up Ableton. I saw a screenshot today of something that he put on social media of him putting in his order and him circle, as pointed out, some people are talking to us saying, yo, he never circle the price him put in, you never circle anything else, him circle referred. Yeah, which tells me that the knowledge is getting more popular. But so there's a couple thousand of us going for the thing, literally. As of right now, we have about 2,672 orders in the buy queue to buy Dollar Financial shares, and a percentage of those people have a little bit more knowledge and are applying it, and a percentage of those people have some accurate knowledge and are applying it. And I mean, at best, you still have a couple hundred people who are sharp and going, and some people just early, and I don't know if there's any other advantages in the back ends of the systems. Some people just early, it's just the reality of it. But if you listen to what we said a couple of weeks ago and even last week, like, your strategy should adjust to this, and that's why I so dismissive of, yo, don't expect to get any now. Like, the people I was saying it off just pure. It's my first time, and I feel like, you know, it's like you're always early for school because you wake up early, you do everything. That's not how the market works. There is an aspect of getting there early, but there's also the aspect of understanding the rules, understanding the prices. And the funny thing about it, which is something I know I'm talking about at Advanced Grow, is the rules is not IPO rules. It's just
it's rules.
Trading the rules. We'll concentrate on it on the day one, and we tend to, as a result, not realize that this isn't the only time when this rule is applicable or useful or can make you some money. But
it's the point most people say, because you know the thing, most IPOs bring so much people into the market. So, boy, it's my first time. I mean, probably your first time investing generally, because I bought into this IPO, and then, boy, you find out so you can get some more with the refunds, and then you go for it in that way. Then very quickly, all right, then the rules apply to it in this way, and the first time you've seen it, so you're going to only talk about the IPO thing because this is how you see it. But in truth, it's far from an IPO thing. It's every single day these rules are applicable. And
that's just the reality of it. So did you get any? Were you wonderfully lucky, Nathan, or were you?
No, man, absolutely not. I mean, I wasn't even early to school. Put in my fund request, which took forever to get approved by my bank.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I thought people complaining.
It's already started late out of the tracks.
Who's the broker?
NCV, Cat Market.
Oh,
ouch.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of complaints about Sadiq on Twitter.
Learning experience. It's not my first time buying into an IPO, but first time trying to get more after the initial allotment. So taking this one as a lesson. Probably still me at the Advanced Grow, because I really do want to understand this thing properly.
Have you done Beginner Grow?
I have. Yeah, man. I did it back in April.
Okay. So then, you'll have a good idea then. And the last few grows, I think, have been on a tear. I'm biased saying so myself, but I think they've been on a good tear. So I think you'll learn this, and you get a chance to ask all the deep, hard questions. Get to at least the limits of my knowledge. No.
Yeah.
Are you still gonna keep buying, or trying to buy?
So I'm gonna study this circuit breaker thing a little bit more. Watch the graphs, watch the levels, and try to time my entry properly for next week. And we'll see.
Okay. So
you're not giving up yet.
Gotcha.
So
thank you guys.
You're very welcome. But you know that like, it's not going to always be this much of a press, right? You know that it's like it's gonna ease up a little bit.
Yeah. Man, as it continues to climb,
which means knowing
it, are gonna want to,
which means knowing like depending so much on the circuit breaker and, you know, timing and all that is going to be less important. I think by next week Wednesday, I don't think you'll be as
right.
Yeah, but who knows? Maybe it stays the same. Maybe the pressure continues all the way up. Who knows?
We can learn on Spur 3. Pressure.
Yeah. By next week,
guys, big up for entertaining the convo.
No problem, man. And thank you for asking the question anyway. Don't worry about our limitations. Like I said, we will limit ourselves.
For sure.
Anything else that you want, or this is the only thing you've been thinking about?
This has been the thing.
Oh yeah, I say.
At least right now, it's been madding me for the last 2 days. So next week I'll come back with some more. But
well, no, watch me. I want your view as somebody who represents a type of investor right now, new or maybe new, not necessarily your first time, but as you say, it's your first time applying for an IPO and then trying to buy afterwards. What happens if next week, Wednesday, you still can't get any? It's the same kind of pack up thing. I mean, at this point, you have your refund in your account, right?
Right.
So what's your plan if by next week, like Wednesday, Thursday, you still can't get it and it's at, I don't know, $5?
At that point, I mean, there are other stocks in my portfolio now that I would like to pour more into, which initially was the plan, but I kind of wanted to not shy away from trying to get more stocks, or I should say more shares in the IPO. But if it doesn't work out by next week, Thursday, then there are 2 other stocks I'd want to put the money into.
Well, suppose it works out next week, Thursday, what is working out at $5.50?
$5.50. I probably would still
really
walk away at that point.
Walk away. Okay.
Yeah, I'd still walk away at that point. Because I feel like generally the sentiment is, for a lot of people that look at that and probably think it's too much at that point. A lot of them would probably pull away, and so the price might want to like taper off or start to trend down a little bit.
But suppose it's not trending down. Suppose it's just available at $5 or $4.50.
Why? I think right now at this point, I think it would miss me if it was that still. Yeah.
Okay, so what's the price where you won't buy it anymore?
$5. I'd put it at $5.
What's the price? What's the price you'd be looking to sell it for?
Sell?
Yeah.
Is it $5 was the price I would have wanted to sell for? So when you answer what the $5, that would mean that I would stop buying from before.
Yeah, so $4.99 you buy it, sell at $5.
No, you're right. My ideal going into it, I wanted to sell at $5, which means realistically, where would I stop? Trying to pursue it.
No, you tell me.
I'd stop up to $4. I wouldn't be making much at that point to sell after, but
not making much. What you mean? If you go at $4 and sell at $5,
depending on how much units I'd be getting at that. Yeah.
If you can't get units at 3, you can't get units at 2. I feel like you can get more incremental. It's the amount of units available keeps rising.
Yeah.
So I feel like more people will be willing to sell at 4. So if you buy at 4 and sell at 5, I don't know, but not a lot of money. And that sounds like a nice 25%. That's a good year in the market. So
there are funds that can't touch. There are funds that can't touch 25%. There are funds that have never touched 25%. There are funds that never touched 20%.
Man said that's not enough.
Perspective. Good point.
So you want to think about these things before you
especially before next before Monday.
Yeah, I mean, I'm serious. It is. If you think about time and you want to also, the earlier you do your work, the better it is for you. But I mean, good luck to you. I'd also take to consider maybe some other things in the market. You know, just consider them. There's a lot of wonderful things out there. Not that dollar isn't wonderful. And I understand the chase. Trust me, I'm not knocking anybody. This early in an IPO, especially one as hot as this, I understand the chase. But
I mean, I've been chasing. I can't lie about that. I've been chasing.
I have not. I did all of my I entered my purchases.
Oh, that's what I mean. Yeah, man. I mean the same exact thing you're talking about. But I consider it part of chasing. I wasn't switch and road. I was doing that part, but all my orders were in from day one.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about. Just to the people listening and watching on YouTube, that when I say that there's a whole heap like people that have advantages like that. So like to me, I don't try on the day 2, the day 3 thing. I definitely don't. I'm not trying on day 1. So there's a lot of people that don't like what I do, right? Them enter them trades from before the thing open for from next week. Next week trades already in. Yeah, so welcome to the market if you're new to it. It's not a bad thing, it's a great thing. And what you need to do is just to learn it, to understand it, and it will help you to make your money. Or you link Danai and he helps you to make the money without the same level of pressure on your part. Danai, we just knock you out?
Oh no.
Okay, you're good.
Typing.
Okay. All right, no, that's perfect. Anybody else have anything in mind? I think somebody sent a speaking request just before and I didn't catch it just now. Sorry about that. You can send it back and we'll approve it.
Chasing the flower and a dream.
Yes, boy, and
Boy, more dreams than that. Because it seems like people not getting what they want. You see those. Let me tell you what dreams are. So we just talk about things like the people that try to buy 125. If you check like the queue and the buys, like today, where the price is 228, 232, and you check the queue, and like you have the queue is showing on the buy side 2,672 trades, right?
correct, right now, yeah.
You have man buying at one, bro. Like I speak with 70 cents.
Yeah. I mean, somebody have 1 cent in that and they just put that in to put it into. That's probably. I saw this and I thought of the frustration. I thought somebody probably thinking, yo, I don't even know if this really a move. So I'm gonna put in one order right at the end for see if my seed pop up. Can you imagine how frustrated those people feel when them see it actually pop up and go, oh god, it is working, the line just long. Yeah, it's a real.
I made up.
yeah, man, that's it. Yeah. So I wonder about that though. Like, you know what I think about? I think about the sustainability of the orders. Like, how patient will these people be? Because
I wonder when they wait up and say like this. It's 40,000 units at 131. At what point they wait up and say, it don't make sense? Because to me, it starts making sense already. But this guy's hoping.
And there are lots of people who don't have a. Yeah, there are lots of people who don't have a prior way of getting to the market, so they may not know. And I wonder, what makes me really wonder about now is when the price starts to get more to more desirable areas. I mean, we saw more trades today, right? We saw 127 trades today. When the price starts to get into a more desirable area, which it is slowly, so more and more trading happening, are these people going to leave their orders in still? Because that's a strong amount of still demand. Like, even if especially the people who have greater shares, the people who are in the reserve share class, especially if those people start to sell now, are people going to keep their orders in when they see the selling? Like, is there going to be that much demand at the lower levels that even if it start getting sold down, a couple million units getting sold down, people still get it? Because right now, millions, no exaggeration, millions, the hundreds of millions, hundreds of millions in the queue, right? To sell to the entire sell queue right now. I mean, you couldn't because of the circuit breaker rule, but it'd be over 500 million. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Crazy,
Wow.
crazy.
529 million worth of buy orders for 301 million shares. Wow.
I wonder the amount of people here that we get up and say, all right, I'm buying the higher. Like I don't trust 70 cents guys to get up at this point. Like from day one, you have too much hope, right? So I figured these people will leave. Like, okay, I'm gonna find someone else. Because if we're on day 3 and you still have a 70 cent order in, then God go with you, right? At how much of these orders they try to chase it at a point where, all right, cool, I'm more likely to get the units. Say tape off at 4 and people say, I'm gonna start buying this up. How much of the orders will go somewhere else? How much of the orders will stay trying to get dollar? That's an interesting question for me.
Yeah, I think so.
Because if it's enough, then you can soak up whatever sale happens, and then whatever. Or you go somewhere else, and then that somewhere else with a nice amount of money behind it, wherever most of that money goes.
Wow. I still just shocked by the amount of money that's still just sitting there.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, in case anybody was wondering if like IPOs, like this is an understanding of what a retail IPO filling amount can be. If tomorrow you want to sell, not tomorrow being Monday, the next trading day, you want to sell to the market but not trip the breaker, so you can sell $122 million shares and you'd still get them for an average price of $2.22. That's 122% profit. And somebody was asking privately, like, who could avoid that temptation? Like, at what point can you no longer avoid the temptation? Especially if you have a nice reserve, you got a big reserve. At what point can you go? Yeah, it's still not good enough for me.
I also think about that. Like, what do you think the largest reserve was?
That's a good question. Couple million, easily. 10, 20, 30, maybe, if not more.
We have 500 there. You could have eat that. You couldn't eat that easy. Yeah. If at the next, so we got, so what thing there? All that too. We have others that don't come in yet. We have others that don't place yet because some people looking for higher. So then, what the queue look like then? How much money is on the queue at that point? Say Monday morning or Monday end of the day. How much money sitting on the queue at that point?
We have orders that just don't hit the queue. Oh my God.
Okay, I'm looking at thing there. 22 for the 232s. Jesus, that's a lot of 232. Wow.
That's a serious question. If you have,
so 152 million, I think that at 232. That's how 232 cut off 152 mil. And like I'm looking at thing there, like all that too. We're talking about hope for the 70% guys. But 231, look how close you are and yet so far. You put in 1 cent less, and you're at 364 in the queue. No chance.
Whew. Right, let me show it with the pricing. Again, big up My Money J for allowing us to see this kind of information. You guys should probably get a My Money J account. It's a great month to get it if you use the discount code that we're doing for the first month of the first anniversary, not the first month. You get 10% off. That we're doing for. Getting a bit of feedback there. Sorry. Sir Phil, what's up?
Yeah, guys, big up.
People are going.
Dollar chase is on, man. Dollar chase is on. It's always very interesting to, like you guys are saying, to watch to see these orders. It's amazing to me, the number, like you said, the number of orders that are there. But on the point of like orders at 70 cents and $1, $10, $20, still, like you said, Dana, you see it as, from day one, it's too much hope. You might as well pull that out. But how many of those orders are put in by people who even know what a queue is?
That's true.
How many are put in by brokers who even know what a queue is? Because some of the broker them, brother. Some of the broker them, the knowledge. Some of the advisors at brokerage houses.
Not just advisors. Yeah, I've seen some of the knowledge coming out of some of the houses, and not everybody who talks about the stock market has any clue what they're talking about, especially talking about the local stock market. Yeah. So
I know even circuit breaker you talk about, just basic things. Put your order and buy and sell. So there's gonna be a percentage of these orders that my price is. My advisor say, I must try to get it for 130. I can't get it. But him say, we never get it today, so we'll try again tomorrow.
Yeah, them things. You're late.
Yeah, no foolishness.
boy. In the meantime, some of the smart people have been grabbing opportunities like crazy on the market. Let's see who will come on and talk about that. I don't want to necessarily lead into anything. If somebody comes and talks about it, I'm sure we'll have a conversation about it. But yeah, it is there's while everybody's looking left.
Correct.
Yeah. There's a lot of right.
Yeah, there's a lot going right.
So welcome anybody else to do so.
So Phil, your
It might
chase.
scare the people. People might say, "Ah, yeah, I'm not talk about my thing, because nobody wrote it. No, I'm not done by yet."
Yeah, but they're
Yeah,
done by ear.
right.
But I don't have any problem talking about accurate though.
Ah, boy. Well, we'll talk about iCreate. What's up with iCreate? That's a topic that we haven't heard about in a little while.
Yeah, man. Well,
Oh, yeah,
see,
true. Last week we talked the thing there.
well,
That's
Tyrone
true.
was
We did hear from Tyrone
yeah.
last week, but we can hear from one in top shareholders. What's your reaction to the
What?
rights issue?
Yeah, man. I like I
Yes,
like
that's some
that
money. That's
the
some money for run.
reaction. Yes, time for some money run. I like that the accurate that the reaction to the rights issue announcement has tempered in my estimation,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's an opportunity,
It's funny.
which I
It's
must say.
almost always so.
Right.
Meaning, the news come out, the early reactors react, and like a man will get up and say, "All right, other people can react to it very strongly, so I'm going to be. I'm making sure I'm buying at the high because I feel like more to come very shortly." I don't. I'm just assuming that's the thing there. I'm not saying that's the thought. It could be like, "Yo, me can buy 20% up because me know that couple then down the line it's gonna be 50, right? So I'm good. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to the units at a reasonable price." But yeah, you're always the early reactors, and then almost when there's a delay in the thing happening and the
Correct.
thing there and the announcement of it. The reaction, the first reaction, and not necessarily so strong. It go up, come back down, or so, or it probably do it'll go up to a point and hold out, and then when the actual thing come back in front of people, like, "Oh, cool, we're gonna do this again," and then you see a much stronger reaction later. So it's almost like opportunities boxing in the face, because yo,
Exactly.
you hear rice issue. It's funny. That's what it's. You
A
get
long
somebody
time.
coming on the market. You get somebody coming on Brick Talk to tell you that thing that name again, and they say the market don't make no sense because the thing is on the table. Why are people not reacting yet? And the usual response, the market is slow.
Market
Yeah.
slow.
Yeah, but everybody expect the market to respond. Not everybody, but it's common to expect the market to respond in the way you want when you want.
That's
But
it. Yeah.
yeah,
The market respond. It's not on your time. So
yeah.
we are saying typically fine. So what's happening now with the iCreate and boy, the rights issue come out, the rights issue approve and all that, and then but you're not getting the reaction kind of tempered.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody looking at that opportunity, then them care ball now.
Yeah, man.
Them care ball now, and them definitely should be balling later because they're all
Exactly.
opportunity, right?
I mean,
All the time.
it
Yep.
really, really reminds me of remember the last. I don't know if it was the last split or the split before for Jam T, where after the split was announced, but they had a similar kind of delay before the thing actually happened. You had a large iceberg, and right now there are some pretty large, relatively large sell orders in iCreate Q,
Okay.
and you just kind of got the feeling back then with Jam T that people are watching our weight. Some were buying, of course, but the man who see it as an opportunity to buy off those orders. When the hype is around that stock again, they'll be laughing all the way to the
Same
bank.
eating. Yep.
Yeah, man. Because rights issue is a rights issue. It was announced. They're not contemplating a rights issue anymore. It's
They did it.
it's
Exactly.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the CEO confirmed that.
The truth is, I don't complain. I know you're not complaining, Phil. I just don't complain about these things because at the end of the day, it's so straight opportunity. It's
Correct.
all right, cool. If I expect this event to give me something, an event announced, talk about, and supposed to have the money yet, let me good because I know about the time in the world to get the money together and do what I need to do with it.
Very true. Very true. So I'm not talk too long about it.
All right, Phil. Big up.
Yeah, man, Phil, big up.
All right. Well, Phil, before you go, you can tell us you're a dollar chase. So you go. Have you gotten anything?
Get the shares when we get another IPO, bro.
Oh.
That we get.
I was gonna say you're $100 million order supposed to start your good.
100 mil, yeah, man.
Yeah, 200 mil. 200 mil.
Soon we start put them kind of orders.
200.
But
200 mil would have given you what? A 200 mil order would have given you how many shares?
Yeah,
200 mil order would have what I do remember is that 200 mil order would not have given you the same as a man in the reserve who get the max, the 8.5. Crazy.
Reserve, you know. Yeah, if you don't have it, you don't have
Reserve,
it.
boy.
You get 5 million.
It's 5 mil, right?
I think your sound just cut out, Danai.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
No.
I don't think Danai hearing us.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. The person who gets in the reserve, but that's on your some bad mind, Phil. What do you mean?
No, no bad man, you know. A goals, brother. It's not bad man at all. So yeah. One of these days I need to get in one of these reserves. Someone
8.5 million one way. First, yeah, man, you're back, Danai.
Internet moving down again.
Under pressure.
But
yeah, man.
SOE, you know? As you say.
SOE.
Oh wow.
132%.
Yeah, I see somebody online. Devon's beekeeping said that he need a connected party link. Everybody want that link. You can get that sort of link, you know, Devon. It just require when you get in the link, it don't look like a link.
You don't look like that at all.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't look like that when you get in it. It look like them want you guess upon something where they're not sure about and it now go nowhere and what they need my money for and I'm not sure. But
Like we see how we go.
yeah, we can see how it go. Yeah.
Just in the other way. Yeah, think of links in general. It don't actually work. It almost is never. I'm going to partner. I'm going to talk to this guy so I can milk him for everything I can get out of him. It almost never is that. It typically is, boy, I know that you in some good way or whatever. When my friend or we do business together and you just work out that way.
True.
Yeah. So if you know business people that might want to this, then you might want to be a good friend.
Be a good friend. It's simple. It don't look like
Or support the business at
of a
the
lifetime at that time.
Find someone to support the business. Think about that. You have to buy it now. It might not be the thing there. Boy, you might get a stake in it because you don't have the money for that kind of thing. Maybe you have the money and just the opportunity isn't there. But boy, I think with this person, help them with their business and whatever. When I feel time come, they will remember me.
Yeah, man.
And
Pre-existing customers, blah blah.
And I would say make sure. I would hope that that's not the end game. If you're making any relationships, yeah. It doesn't often look like, boy, I'm not gonna link with a youth because I'm not gonna know Kadi to get some shares in the IPO.
It look like it look good now, but it don't look good when, like, you hear going back to the iCreate thing. You know, he being Tyrone mentioned some of the people that got a discount on the conversion of the preference shares that he did. It was as a result of their, as he put it, their support of the company from long before, right? So yeah, the same. So Dequity Capital, who I suspect is also in the reserve for Dollar, obviously. They would have gotten 50 million converted at a 26% discount against the December 27th price.
Yeah. Which I believe was 90 odd cents.
Yeah, that is a win.
I kick off for the thing there. For the YouTube.
Yeah, you got kicked off the video. Yeah.
No, brother. I can't fight it.
Yeah, click the link and try it back whenever you can. But yeah, just talking about that discount that they got. So 26% against the market price as at December 4th is a hell of a discount, because December 4th, what were the shares trading at? Right, that is a beautiful deal that they could pull off. I think December 4th was a date, but if we go off what, December 6th then? Or December 3rd? December 3rd. 91 cents. You get a 26% discount to 91 cents. Wow.
Like lower than my APP for true.
Yeah. And those shares are currently worth, if I might screw this up, but those shares are currently worth $2.94.
Yeah.
350 million. So it for go. 300% gain in a couple of months. Wow. I mean, yeah, it's a lovely deal. But like I say, to get this now, it means supporting when it never looked that good. It means supporting when this wasn't clear. And so yeah, I don't grudge anybody that have that sort of deal. Is that they've paid for it, whether in support or money or whatever. They've paid for it.
Time.
Yeah, man. Time. God.
And always time.
Yeah. So big up, Phil. You brought up some wonderful points.
Bless up.
All right, big up.
What's up, yeah.
Next up we had Orion Hansen. I think a wicked. Then are you fan on?
Yeah, good
Yeah,
night, everyone.
Night, Orion.
I have a quick question for you, Randy. Well, you
Quick
guys
question.
spoke about the circuit breaker at the beginning, but so, for instance, I want to join Grower, but I'm in Cuba. I realize that when I go on the website, you're blocking the IP address. The IP address is being blocked.
My friend, I'm not the one blocking your IP if you're in Cuba.
No, man. As in, I'm asking if you know any other way. As in, it's being blocked on the site.
Okay, I get you. You realize what you're asking me to do is to help you to skirt a US embargo. a US embargo blockade.
That is what doing it.
I suspect so. I don't think America really likes Cuba very much.
What that?
He's saying he's thought that as blocking his IP because he's in Cuba and he can't access the stuff that we're putting out all the time. Yeah, it's not us. Blame Joe. Blame the American system. Yeah, so I don't know if I can help you with that. I certainly cannot help you with that, officer. Good try. But if ever you are in a non-embargoed country, I suspect the links will work. Maybe you talk to some people there, maybe they know ways to get around it, but I don't know any.
Yeah, you explained the circuit breaker question. That was the only other question that I had.
Okay, well, I mean, we never really explain it, so what I tell everybody to do is to read the JC's rule on the circuit breaker. If you go on mymoneyja.com, click the wiki down here. We have a wonderful little thing. We just go right back over it, and it's not our words. It is from we link to the source, which is the Jamaica Stock Exchange's circuit breaker rule. I will explain what it is. The best advice I can tell people right now, watching or listening, the best advice I can give you is when it comes to this rule, let go every single assumption you have before that you hear from everybody, every little message you get, everything my friend said, drop all of that and start with the rule fresh, clear in your mind, and just go with what the actual words say. And you read yours and you stop and you think you understand it, don't dash for the rest of it. Read the rest, even the part where especially the part where you're sure read the actual words and maybe take a piece of paper and just work it out as you go along. And that's the best advice I can give you. That's the best thing that has worked for me going through it. And I know it can be confusing. Then I think we've done an entire episode on the circuit breaker when we're doing earnings season or so.
Earnings season.
Yeah. So and it has, as Danai said, it has changed from even then when we did it. Changed in how it's approached and yeah. So
Couple time when it changed, some point it changes. As John Jackson and his complaints about the constant changes that nobody says they're changing something, it just changes.
Yeah. I know that they've been JC have worked or said that they've been working. I've seen where they've been working on their communication. I give them a rough time sometimes. So let me give them a big up for the communication around the dollar listing because
you knew when it is before it is. It went before.
Yeah, man, it helped many of us, including myself, who had to prep for it on My Money JA. So it was great to be able to have some prep. And I know the first day we'd have to guess how rough the first day was. We saw it. My God.
19.
We saw it. Yeah, we saw what happened. We saw the site slow down. Everything kind of start creaking along.
Bro.
Yeah.
Site choke up.
Yeah, from early in the morning the site choke up to. But yeah, we were tracking it. You can track and keep track of it on My Money JA. So somebody asking how much these are US dollars. As we say right here, all plans are billed in US dollars. It is more than worth it. If you get that premium account, it is. I'm hinting at it because of what I think is to come and the features that the premium people get, including being able to keep track of the full market and what's happening with the trades as you go along. As you hear the people talking about it, you see, you don't have to do the maths yourself. We do the math for you. I will constantly update to making sure it's clearer. So another ad I've thrown in there. Thank you very much. Tell me something though. Did you get any, or this is your first time buying? Like, did you buy Orion? Did you buy in the?
Oh no, I got into Edifocal IPO. I did not get into dollar. I was trying to, but I did until now. Haven't gotten in.
And you didn't apply in the IPO?
Yeah, I did apply in the IPO, but I applied late because
There's
as I told you,
there's no such thing as late.
I'm in Cuba. So,
Okay. So
yeah, man.
the application was after it had closed.
No, it was like I think it was an hour before it closed.
Okay.
If it wasn't, if
It was on the day. It was on the day.
Is that you didn't get the money to them or something?
No, the money did not get to them.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, man.
Because once your money gets to them, you should get it regardless of. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that because I got into Edifocal IPO.
Okay. How are you liking that so far?
Well, it's working. I think I'm not selling for now. Well, let's say that.
Okay. You're buying more?
I want more. I need to buy more, but I'm having a hard time. With the whole internet issue and everything.
I understand.
Okay.
Yeah. And internet in Cuba, I gather, can be a bit of a.
Yeah. But I also saw that Westinco traded for the least today, I think, if I'm correct. I was looking on My Money JA and it's traded for the least. I think it was at $17.
Well, let's see. $17 is it traded for?
That's what I think. At around
It closed at $18.99.
$19. It was yesterday, $19. Under $19.
Yeah, it closed at $18.88 today. So, but $18.99 today. So that is under $19. That is pretty low. Well, not pretty. I don't want to say pretty low. It might be taken the wrong way. It's just this is Westinco. Who knows? I think he was just pointing out how Westinco closed today at lower than $19 per share.
What about it?
Yeah, well, that's a good question. You own Westinco also, or you're just considering it?
Yeah, I have some shares in Westinco. Not much, but something.
That's what's the question. Okay.
Could you go ahead?
What's the question? I'm not understanding.
No, man. I asked him if else he was looking at, and he said he mentioned Westinco. Just, I guess that's something that he's looking at, but I don't know if he's actually buying it. He just said looking at it.
Oh yeah, it's a watch. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What's your price? So you're watching. What do you know? You plan to buy?
Not for now.
When you plan to buy?
Probably when I get back to Jamaica, but as I say right now,
it
can't be expensive for me to buy and then not having internet issue to Jamaica.
No. You say you're asking for a day trader.
No. My with Westinco now, I would want if I'm going to buy more, it's the way you call it, flip. I would flip it really quick.
That is. Let me just help you out. That is the. Well, you say you haven't done grow, so let's say you don't. That is, that is the highest form of investing.
That's why I was trying to get into grow, but
yeah. So what? Tell me about that flip though. What are you thinking?
You can go ahead.
Tell me about that flip. What are you thinking? What's your thoughts?
Oh, well.
How you plan to flip it?
All right, so I saw that they had a new acquisition on the West End since recently. So if I got into it, like say for instance, I got in today and go back up like $22, $21, I probably would get back out somewhere off there.
Show me the acquisition when the news came out for it.
It was is that while now? It's a while now. I think it's a warehouse.
Oh, the distribution center down there.
Yeah, it's a warehouse something.
Gotcha.
So I think the price is going to go up, seeing that we're coming into the summer and everything, and with the warehouse.
Boy, it just triggered me with that summer word.
Oh,
That summer word.
but
Gotcha. I look out for the play. I'll see. If it
yeah,
works
but
out the
I'm
way
new to
the way you
this.
said it will. No, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm new to this, so
So
that's why I
you're
wanted to
new and you're
grow up.
new and you're flipping. You're new and you're doing the hardest fall.
Ah, ah. So
No, trust
that's
me.
why I
I
wanted
see a
to
lot of
grow.
it. What's that? Why? Why choose the hardest way? If you say you're new to it and you use a disclaimer as all right, so I'm not really sure. You use it as a disclaimer. So how you choose the hardest route?
You want some? Well, I need some quick money. That's
Uh-huh.
how I'd put it. I would want some quick money, as in eat quicker and less time. As in for my goals, I'd have less time.
No, so basically you're saying you need this to happen. So
Yeah,
you need to
yeah,
do the short term thing.
yeah. I
All
need to
right.
do the short term.
All right, gotcha, boss. Godspeed. What's going on here?
I don't know nothing going on. That I sorry, I heard it, but you could have heard me. I accidentally muted. Is a Godspeed took me out.
I was the internet again.
No man, it wasn't internet this time, man. This time it was just me. Listen, I don't want feel discouraged, but I want to also have you understand, like what Dana is hinting at and what you're saying is that, yo, like him say, if I decided tomorrow to be a runner, I wouldn't be saying, oh well, I'm gonna run in the Olympics at 100 meter. Like it is the hardest level. It is it is so hard that even I rarely ever do it anymore. You don't need to do it to make money. You can make serious money without doing it, but it is hard to do. It is truly difficult to do, and I don't mean like it is truly difficult to do.
In truth, it often isn't even the most money.
Yeah, that's also true. And it is dangerous. You can like that. You can find yourself losing a lot. A lot of people lose a lot of money like that. So, like you say, you need it quick. Not that you can't make quick money on the JSC. You can, but it is not as easy as buying scratchers.
In fact, I was thinking. Honestly, I was questioning the basis. I think that before this, I was looking at that. The idea that one, the acquisition they're speaking about, not an acquisition. Two, it happened already. Why would it make you more money now? What exactly are you looking for from that thing that will make you the money?
Remember the
joke.
I was thinking that getting more tourists into the country now and getting more sales to transport, and it will cost them less. So I was thinking along that line, but not sure.
Sure. All right. So when is the play? Give me a real timeline. When to when? When are you going to buy it at what price? When are you going to sell it at what price? What's going to be the thing? That's what I'm asking. Why will the market get up and say the thing that you're seeing now will make the price move?
Oh, that I haven't really given it that much thought.
Yeah, man.
You put the money on the line, you know.
Yeah.
And the short term thing, as I said before, I was saying that it's not often the most money. In fact, I found that the downside how much you're looking to make.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty strong. Do it on very strong basis. Do it on where I can't tell you where to feel comfortable, where you should be looking at what your level of risk is, but actually acknowledge, well, the amount of money I'm willing to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Set up contingencies around whatever bad thing can happen, because if it doesn't work out well, it does not. Shit, it's money.
Reminder that to do it, it's not needed for you can make significant serious profit without trying to do what most people think making money in the short term looks like is not what it actually looks like. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at what we just showed. We showed you with iCredit and equity. That's 50 odd million. That is now up 400 odd %. But I don't think the guys at the equity are Cadine and whoever else that they be in front of the stock market every single day. There's multiple ways to get to that profit, and even if you're trying to you don't have that sort of thing. You don't have the inside. Even you're trying to make money on the stock market every day. You don't have to. How most people think it works is not how it actually works. So like even the dollar, even the chasing of dollar right now, if more people really think about it, you're not really. I tried to highlight it over the last 2 weeks. You're not really thinking about what it is. So I asked even the last caller. I say call all the time. The last person asked him, what would they do if they got to, if they're at 4? Are they really buying it at 5? They said 5. Are you really buying it at 5? They go, well, no, I need to sell it. So 4. I suspect they're not really buying it at 4 either.
Yeah.
You have to think about that after a while.
Just made the decision that 4 makes sense.
Yeah. But then they didn't think about selling.
Yeah.
You have to consider all of that. So, but I'm giving you a chance. I'm not pressuring you because you say you wanted to grow. You haven't gotten to do it because you're in an anti-capitalist country.
Yeah, man, but I'm going to find a way to do it. So I'm going to find a way to do it because I need to get some more understanding in this thing. Well, a whole.
Yeah, VPNs and all of that. I don't know if they work, but I hear they work in China. So
yeah, man.
Who knows?
Like they work in Cuba then.
Yeah. In fact, no, I think about it. I don't think it's the U.S. government that blocks it. It might be the Cuban government that don't want the.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right.
The Western influence. Yeah.
All right.
Where in Cuba are you, if you don't mind? You have to tell us exactly where, although I'm sure they know. Where in Cuba are you? You're in the city. You're in the capital. You're in Havana.
Yeah, in Havana.
All right. Not like old Havana Vieja, or greater Havana.
On the outskirts.
All right. I won't ask them more your business. But Cuba is nice. It has its charms.
Yeah, it has its time.
Yeah, it has its charms. I've been once and maybe a part go back. Yeah, but big up. Oh no, sorry. Go ahead. Anything else you have? Yeah.
No, but thank you guys for this space and big up for my money, JA. But as I said, look out for me for grow because I need to understand more
about the whole thing. Yeah, man. Come to grow, and I can assure you this: you will get more than your money's worth.
All right. So good night and respect.
Night, yeah, man. Big up. All right. Yeah. I have this weird idea that I brought it back so we can see it now. I have this weird. He mentioned Cuba, and it's so funny how he mentioned Cuba because I've been thinking this funny idea about. But if it comes to me properly and I put it together, I'll say it to you later. I don't want to screw it up, and it's one of the things I want to be careful about how I say it. But it's just fun that he mentioned Cuba. Well, no, I'll say that it's not. I don't think I step on anybody's toes.
People have a lot of toes in there.
They do have the whole thing, right? Or people have a lot of toes, or Cuba have a lot of toes, or both.
People,
yeah, people do have a lot of toes. I'm not concerned if I step on anybody's toes, but I was thinking about Cuba and I was thinking about how Jamaica benefits very, very much because Cuba is how it is.
In the
Meaning
situation
it's
it is.
communist and under embargo for decades. Because I can't think of a scarier situation than than Cuba not being under that embargo anymore. Because I was thinking about it, and like you always hear the typical advantages for Jamaica, where we're located.
Cuba after that.
Yeah, we have all of the Caribbean, the Caribbean, the smaller Caribbean islands, regions in close shot to us. Right, we have a large population, industrious, yada yada yada. Right, good actual country. The actual country of Jamaica is beautiful in many places. We have wonderful beaches, blah blah blah. Beautiful people, beautiful men, beautiful women, wonderful women. Right, Cuba have literally all of that, all of it. They have their harbor. They have Mario.
So we're not special, they're just embargoed.
Like I'm thinking, like if just from a business perspective, also they speak Spanish, like pretty much all of Central America and a good chunk of South America, right? They're closer to America than we are. They're a straight shot from the Panama Canal. Yes, we have the language advantage over them, and as Jamaicans, I think we're naturally just better than them in everything that matters. But yeah, it's like if that free up, right? If they truly drop communism,
It's a pressure.
what tourism? Because even just the newness factor, going to a country that's not that's no reopening, right?
They have a thing that they have a good tourism product even now.
An okay tourist product.
Are for Europeans and Americans.
For Europeans, they have heavy Europeans who go there. Not as many Americans. It's illegal to go there.
Yeah, but I know, but they seem to like it a lot.
The
Europeans, I have heard often that they really like it.
They do. And some cruises go there. They have a lot of tourists. That are crap load of tourists. Then they also they have medical tourism long before us, right? Yeah, man. There's like a thing you can go Google, like they have a couple known cures for cancer that's like known that them have, and it's just them, and nobody else really can do it the same way. And like if they free up, learn Spanish. And if they free up and they're already good with China. Whew. Anyway, that's a thought I had in mind. Mr. Andre Heron.
Yeah. Good night. I wanted to ask you guys a quick question. Yeah, I'm there. I wanted to ask you guys a quick question. I'm not sure if this has been discussed in the group, but I just want to ask you guys
what group?
Because I'm Brick Talk chasing dollars.
Oh, you said group. I thought you were talking about the girl subscribers.
Yes, please. I mean, space, right?
No. So, I don't know what the question is. It
right. So I wanted to ask, like, what major company has been, booming in the Jamaica Stock Exchange? Like what company, you guys recommend to young people, young investors who try, like, would I want to go into the Jamaica Stock Exchange? What company?
The right company.
Good try, officer.
Start this session, Andre, by saying we're not giving advice. We're not recommending what you should be buying. Your advice is very specific to you. So telling you in this session, it's not going to work out. We're not going to tell you anything there, and we actually can't. You're not a client of mine, and they're not giving advice like that. So
I mean, we kind of understand where you come from. Still, like
no, generally we can't.
All right.
Like legally, that's straight advice. But watch this. Think about it, because you just starting out, right? And I want, like, the best help I can give you is this: you want to start in a way where you are not depending on just somebody to tell you. And I'm saying that because within the Jamaican finance equity space, the stock market space, many there are many there's a lot of people who tell you what you think you want to hear, right? Like they'll tell you what you think you want to hear, and it's very easy to let us stray, especially when you're just starting out. So you see, you're looking for it, you really just want, like we say, okay, suppose I did say Randy's Bag Juice Company. It's a great company to buy, and I think so that's wonderful things that you should buy right now, since if you want to make a whole heap of money. In addition to me getting jail time and and a whole heap of bad mind people getting very, very happy, it wouldn't really help you, because even if you buy the stock, I say, and it fly and you make some money, what are you doing after that? So like, think about it. How much money you don't want to make off your first investment? Like, what kind of percentage gain you don't want to make?
I mean, anything is possible, because I mean, if your first investment, when you start your first investment,
Not what's possible. Not what's possible.
Right.
That's not answer the
I
question,
mean,
bossy.
no,
What you
what I mean by that, Randy, is that
So you're not hearing me? No, man. I'm asking you, what kind of profit would you want to make, percentage wise, of your first investment? Since I'm assuming you're talking about yourself as the young person just coming in who want to make a money off stocks. You were talking
5%.
about yourself, right?
5%.
5%.
I mean, I'm not sure about the Jamaica Stock Exchange. That's why I ask. You know.
No, that's cool. I mean, what time period?
Stock exchange don't matter. It matters. So you want 5%? Yes.
Yeah, 5%. 5%.
Yeah.
In what time? In what time?
In what time period?
Yeah.
In what time period? I will give myself about 6 months, because me not hard for that. You get me?
Okay, and then so let's put it to a year. How much would you want to make in a year? Your
8%.
First year. 8% in your first year. You say you're not familiar with the Jamaican Stock Exchange. Which stock exchange are you familiar with?
Only Jamaica Stock Exchange.
Oh, I thought you were like, okay. No, go ahead.
Well, Randy, we just want to get an overrun that as relates to Jamaica Stock Exchange. What company?
I know that you want. I know what you want to know. I will tell you why we can't get it, but trying to help you nonetheless in other ways. But
Yeah, we can't give you what you want, so we're trying to help you otherwise.
yeah, but you sound like you have some ideas around other markets, and then you sound like you catch yourself a while ago and go, "Oh no, I get what you want. I will get that you can't get it." But what other markets are you familiar with? What else you do? Forex, US investment.
With the Forex, with the Forex, we do, and we play around with the
US market.
index. Yeah, right.
Okay, you do. Oh, the VIX, as in VIX. Okay.
Index trader.
Yeah, you do crypto also.
No, I don't do crypto.
So just straight Forex and double with the US market sometimes.
Right.
In a year, what's a good return for you?
In a year, we can't disclose that.
No, I don't mean the dollar, just the percentage gain.
Percentage. Any money you make on your money. Percentage.
You're talking about a P&L?
What you're doing your investing for more than a year,
and you pull out X amount of money. What's the percentage return you get on your money? Like, if you know you want 5%, what percentage you usually make on the investment already in Forex market?
Right. We normally withdraw 2%, and the other reinvested the other percentage.
No, man,
I feel like
over the whole year.
Over the whole year.
What percentage did it add up to over a year for you?
As I said before, the whole year I can't disclose how much the percentage.
Why?
Well, that is something that I can't disclose.
Why?
Your percentage gain?
I'm asking how much money you have, you know? Why can't disclose?
No, I can't disclose that. That's personal, my friend.
It's not?
It's personal.
Your percentage gain is personal?
Yeah, percentage gain is personal.
But I don't know how much money you have at all.
It's Well, it's similar to you. Like for example, if you have a goal oriented, you're not gonna share your goal oriented with a person,
No, I've shared
right?
my
I share my
percentage gains
goal all the
publicly all the
time.
time. I share
Yeah.
my goal
Yeah,
and my
but
percentage gains all the time.
well, but everyone have a different overview as it relates to that. But
But
I just wanted to find out.
No, man, I get what you
From
want.
you.
We're past that. I
oh,
just
we
trying
want to
to.
find out, we pass that the issue. I'm just confused about
Yeah.
if you say you make 20% a year, it doesn't give me any information outside of 20%. I don't know if you put in a million or 20. I just know
Mm,
you made 20%. If me and you have,
yeah.
if I have $100 and you have 20 mil, and two make
Mm.
20%, as far as anybody is concerned, they
It's
don't know how
still
much
just
money we make. They
20%.
just know so we make 20%. So it's not. Have you been tracking your returns over a year? Do you know your actual returns on a percentage basis?
We don't really track that because I mean we do we trade we
That
trade
is
with
sound more
things on
like
the
it.
job.
Say that you know what it's called. It's not really sure of it.
Yeah, we're not really sure.
Yeah, I figure
And that's
most
cool. But they say
forex.
that no man
We
boss
can't
it.
really we can't
If
really
they
we
say
can't
that
really
man,
go back to the to
yeah, that might take
to
too long. That's fine.
to the to the PNL and just show just tell you. But
Well, if
you
you
know,
can, if it's not going to take too long, then sure. But
Yeah,
not really. That's a big deal to be honest.
yeah, sure,
yeah.
prove me out.
What's it? Okay. What kind of returns do you target?
No,
How
no. Let me
many?
hear what
What?
I'm
How
saying. Hold
long?
on, Danai. Let me hear what I'm saying. Cause him saying can do it, and
I'm saying it.
him so I have an
Oh, cool.
idea. So I want to hear. Yeah.
There's a question I asked Randy.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, I thought that's what you're looking at. Okay. So again, we don't want to know your money, your pocket. We just want to have an idea what kind of percentage gain you can make in a year.
Oh, well, okay. Um, as I said, the 8% because I mean you're gonna have losses, right? Because our goal is 10%, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Over
So
what
you
time?
average
Over
around
one
eight
year? Over one
a
year?
over
year.
time, over 1 year, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So your goal is 10% profit in a year, and you figure
And
there's
you usually
some
get it.
you figure there's some losses, so you expect to get 8. Am I hearing you right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So in terms of thing today, in terms of answering a question, you already
All
right.
right, all right, all right.
It's not that we, but here's what I was hoping to hear from you, Andre. Because I really want to talk about. I like talking to people who trade in other industries, and I often find that like to bring out what I want, especially when you get to I don't know with type A personalities we all have in investing, where we like it's not competitive. But if I ask to get a general idea what the numbers sound like when investing in different sorts of investments, not just stocks, oftentimes it's very hard to get that kind of number. So what I wanted was people to hear what somebody who does it. That's not me. I didn't want to be the one saying it. What is it you look for? So you say like in a year you're aiming for usually 10%.
Right.
Why are you looking at the C now?
Mm-hmm.
Not a trick
Well,
question, not a trap or anything. I just true.
Yeah.
Why are
Why
you looking?
JC instead of continuing the forex? If
well, I mean, the JSE seems to me that it has profit on it. I mean, why not?
I like that. How
so
the
so
U.S.
just
market treat you?
Huh?
How does the U.S. market treat you generally?
US
percentage
market.
wise.
You have, I mean, similar to business, you have business go up and you have business go down. Sometime you've been there and nothing, and sometime you're there and something. You get what I'm saying?
I get you. I get you. But you don't measure that either, so you can't really tell what like a annual percentage return is for you.
All right.
Gotcha.
I get you. You want to start paying attention to that, and it will make the local market even more attractive. I suspect. I suspect you'll find it even more attractive to be on the local market once you're doing that, because 10%
So
is
Randy and Denny, let me ask you a question. I
all
don't
right.
mean to cut you, Randy.
That's
That's
all
Like
cool,
right.
man.
you guys, right? You guys
Someone's at the
pretty
front door
much
doorbell.
are you guys are pretty much are an investor in this Jamaica Stock Exchange right now, currently, right?
Yep. Yep.
For years. Well, depending on who you
So,
ask, since 2015.
so what are the profit or the challenging?
Give me the what?
Profits. Yeah, I've gotten profits before. I've made profits.
Sorry about the question. Let me rephrase the question. What are the company right now that's giving you a major return right now?
Giving or already give.
That already gave.
Well, Dollar Financial, I can just tell you that one. It gave me a major nice.
Right now, as of today. I made this investment very recently, so
This month.
yeah. No. Well, I count my investment from when the money leave my account.
Wait, no, this month. The IPO closed.
I think it's last month. I think it's late.
Yeah, right. No, I think they because it's late last month. You are very right. Yes.
Yeah. So
So
110%. 131% profit in the last 3-4 weeks.
yeah.
Oh. Maybe then and chat around maybe I for get along the line I for probably reason we don't know more if you see why Jamaica Stock Exchange be and then
reason
create
both
create
every
a
Friday,
create a connection both because me really me like
we reason both
me
every on this
like
every Friday we reason about it.
me like the idea. Me like the idea with the whole Jamaica Stock Exchange thing.
I mean,
Man.
me too. I kind
Me
of
too.
I'm rather fond of it. But you know what you might want to do? You might want to come to Grow. everymickle.com/GRWR. I think it will give you, I can assure you this. When you're done Grow, it's a workshop that is not built just for beginners, although it's called the beginner investor workshop, beginner grow workshop. It is meant to have you understand this local stock market and its quirks and what's possible and things to do and how to analyze the companies on it. And when you're done, you should have a much stronger understanding of what the Jamaica Stock Exchange is and what you can do on it. I can assure you of that. You specifically, Andre. And I think after that it might help you, because especially the fact that you've been doing Forex before and you've been investing on the US markets before.
You're exposed to investment.
Yeah, so it's usually it might take a lot of what you know already and show you how the local version of that works, and as you hear, what the kind of returns that are possible.
Oh, okay. Randy, you said that you were doing it since what, 2015?
And it's a bit of a joke, but yeah, I've been investing for a long time, longer than 2015. But yeah.
So, well, your first profit, because me a while ago, me show you what me tell you the what 8% to go, 8% expectation to go for the year. So
My
your
first profit was 100% long ago. No, you're not cut off, Dana. You're still here.
I was just cut off.
Okay. So many decades ago. So I joke about that. That's not a real profit. It wasn't really me putting my money there. We're still hearing it, Dana. Yeah, so many years ago that I did that, but actually I don't know. I've been doing it a long time. I don't remember what my very first one that I'm doing was. He was asking like what my very first profit was. I mean, my
very first year my profit was 127%.
Yeah, well Dana is better because Dana is much more recent. Dana, yeah, so Dana I remember his. Yeah, and in fact, I wouldn't even, and like currently, so I believe in tracking, because it don't make sense if you don't track. Them chop the line again.
I'm there.
Okay, so just audio. So it don't make sense. I tell you, like even just this year, what's happening, right? Because I don't know if this year, if my personal run for this year is a good watermark for what the market is capable of, right? I'm not trying to sell this thing on. Oh, you can make wonderful. I don't want it to sound like that all the time. But what I will say is that you can make some serious
because you're so far you've been you're banking, bro.
a little bit. Some would say. But what I'd say is that if you, regardless of the good or the bad times, and depending on who you ask, the market is either up or down now, good or bad right now. Almost every Jamaican, in my view, is better off investing money on the Jamaican stock market than every single other stock market everywhere else in the world, bar none. I maintain that. I've been saying it for years and I'm still saying it. So, not knocking what you do in the Forex space. Forex is real. You can make good money there if you know what you're doing. It is it's a hell of a market. Not for me per se, but hell of a market. Maybe one day it will be later on, but the local stock market, if you're a Jamaican, the Jamaican stock market is better for you to put your money in than every single other stock market everywhere else. And I would say outside of maybe your personal business or a friend's business or something like that, it is also a better investment than pretty much every other typical financial investment that a Jamaican can make right now. Stocks
Agreed.
give the best return, bar none. In the good years, beat everything else. In the bad years, beat everything else. It is better than everything else. I'm not lying. I'm not exaggerating. It is better consistently than everything else. So it's one thing I can beg you to do, Andre, and anybody else listening. If you're not in already, or you're considering, maybe you're just considering Dollaz a one-off thing, I would tell you to consider the local market as more than a one-off thing. If you have money in something else, you might want to talk to Danai or another advisor about moving that money into the local market, into the right stock, because it's not magic. You can lose money there, right? It is not magic. You can lose money if you pick wrong. But if you get it right, it is extremely wonderfully right. And getting it right pays off much, much better than the risk of getting it wrong. So I hope it helps you a bit. Still hearing you, Danai.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, man. If you have any other questions about the market, I mean, more than happy to tell you. It's just which company is doing well, that don't really help. Because even if I told you a company no, and it got you, it got you the 5% you're looking for, the 10% or the 8% you're looking for. What would you do after that? What next? What then?
You find an next play.
Yeah, definitely Randy and Danai, I'm gonna reach out to you guys to make sure that pretty much in the near future we consider the local market.
Come to grow. The next grow is a couple days from now, and you will. After that, it's 3 days from now. The next grow, doing split grow. It's over 2 evenings. The evening of the 21st and 22nd. 21st and 22nd. So you go to everymaker.com/GRWR and sign up for split grow on the 21st and the 22nd. And I assure you by the 23rd, you will have a much better understanding and appreciation of the local market and what's possible than anything else.
All
right, boss. Any other questions you have around the market?
No, that's it.
Nothing else? All right.
Yeah. I reach out to you, man.
All right, cool. No problem.
All right.
All right, best up, boss.
Whew. What do you think? Danai? I mean, the important really outside of, I wasn't surprised that him never have the any idea of what annual returns, annual profits were like.
The typical isn't to track it percentage.
Yeah. And Forex especially. Yeah, Forex traders especially tend not to pay attention to their percentage return.
Dollar value. Just I make X amount.
Yeah, man. I think that's because also the beauty of it. I mean, it sounds so good in forex, and you leverage up. So you make 3% on leverage money and bring it, and that's 3%. You make 3% on 100,000 US. Yeah, that's your 3 grand. Maybe you're carrying on 2.5 after a fee, and you multiply the 2.5 by the 156. Yeah, it sounds much nicer. I'm gonna make 390 grand today in a forex, and that's possible. That's throughout this week, right? I mean, it's possible. It happens. It's good, but I don't think they ever think about it in terms of money I'm putting in versus money I've gotten out over a set time period. Yeah. I mean, dollar is probably gonna go up more than 10% Monday morning. Yeah, the first breaker is at 15%, right? So, yeah, it's a hell of a market that we have. Yeah, I don't know. By the way, guys, remember you can send a speaking request. We will gladly talk to you about this or any other topic that you have. It doesn't have to be around dollar, but it can be around dollar if you want. I as long as it's not asking us what exactly you should buy or sell, or for me personally, I just can't bother with the circuit breaker again. I have it ahead of me at advanced rough sometime, man. Rough.
I'm tapped out there in a bro.
I have literally five of them. 6. Well, one of them cool. You should get the idea, but 5 of them that I remember what it was like when I was there, so I know how frustrating it can feel and how frustrating it can be. And that rule, like I said, anybody listening, you can't say it, just go to the weekend, My Money JA, click the circuit breaker rule and read it, and take out a little piece of paper and work it out for yourself right through, and you see it. Just work out what it's saying, not what you know it's or what you think it's or what you read anywhere else. Just do this calmly and carefully, and yeah, best of luck or Godspeed, as them say.
Indeed.
Oh boy. All right. Would have anybody else sending any speaking requests? Then what else you've been looking at recently? What have you found interesting recently?
Interesting, actually. Open My Money. It actually opened. Love that for me.
Your net is back.
No, so it's weird. If I turn on a mobile hotspot, which I need to use as a phone, then the internet on the desktop
And I was happy. Some people ask me, they say, yo, I'm done, you should just end it right there. And that's good, but I didn't want to end it right there. I wanted people to get a chance also to talk to him, ask a question, some interesting questions. Some people came with some interesting things, but I mentioned him because his companies just declared dividends. Both MIL, Mayberry Investments Limited, and MIL still one of, if not the most undervalued company on the JSE. Non-fund company.
Yeah.
And MJE, probably the closest fund to its net asset value, which is impressive on its own, and both of them declared dividends, strong dividends, with a nice stagger in date. And I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking, yo, the dividend plays are getting attractive sometimes. No, I don't want to turn this into an ad, but I know there are some brokers that have boast really low boast really low fees. And the fees matter if you're actually doing dividend plays. And yeah, over the last few weeks, while the market, some of the stocks have dipped, I think in relation to other things and dollar. A lot of stocks
You say
that
just lose me. You lost me at non-fund company.
it's not. That's just pretty much
It's
saying
a
that.
struggle, bro.
Yeah, that's that. I feel your pain. It's probably your lines getting chopped, which is a real thing, physically chopped, or maybe as I say, SOE. But yeah, I was talking about the Mayberry companies and just the fact that they declared dividends and the dividends have actually started, meaning dividends on the JSE generally have started to look attractive to me. Lab, I never thought I'd be able to buy some lab below $3 in a long time. And lab declare a dividend outside of their usual dividend schedule. They don't really have an official schedule, but when they've usually declared their dividends, and the price keeps going down. So I am a happy camper grabbing at a lower price than I ever thought I'd have in a while.
Well, it's funny because we said this the moment we saw the quote unquote dip, that things going down does need better dividend yields, and then that can cause a strong reaction in a stock if a dividend is declared that's no better. It can be a 2% dividend last time. It's a 4% no, and then the market reacts wildly different between those two. Yeah. So does anything dipping that you think is a good think of a good dividend, you don't think the business is actually being affected by, because the stock price and the business is two different things. The price falling, the companies are fine, and so yeah, anything you're looking at with a nice dividend looks much better now.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you're serious about the dividend thing, or you think you can make a money on that basis, like the player of the week with the mail pack guy, then you can read some great things out of that.
Yeah, I'm deliberately not. Yeah. No, keep going. Sorry, keep going.
Oh yeah, so same with the lab thing there. Lab, you're happy because that dividend yields better now. So any other share, any share, you're averaging down, not necessarily total on where you bought initially. We're averaging down on wherever you started the year. And then that dividend looks much better compared to whatever it would have been if the prices weren't falling. So better and better opportunities abound.
Yeah, and I have a strong lab share, so it like I said, for me to, I mean, I'm averaging up same way, but for me to get these units at a price I never expect, it only make the dividend nicer for me. Yeah, it literally only makes it nicer for me.
Interesting thing this week, Fast Rich and their the pushback of the thing there, the AGM, which also pushes back the split date. You think it was anything to do with what's going on now? I'm not saying this, by the way.
Then I said that it had something to do.
Exactly.
I don't know. Carry the people through what exactly happened.
So they recently put up an announcement that the AGM has been pushed back to the 21st of. No, the AGM.
The
12th of July. And then the thing there, which pushes back the split date to the 21st of July. So the split was first. The split date initially was the 6th of July, and the AGM, I believe, was the 21st of June. It's a nice little pushback. But an interesting point to me that it's closer to earnings season now. Coming out on the last report, Fast Rich PE was really crazy with it, and then the report dropped and it's 40 odd. And the level of money they made on that one quarter, the usual. Boy, earnings season look nice. Coming out of a previously great earnings season, you typically find a nice movement going into the next one, right? And then a split and a possible rights issue into that. I'm really interested to see what would happen. It's interesting.
It is actually interesting, and not just stock split. Well, stock split, they're still saying APO, but it's funny enough, it still is too rich for my blood. I actually had some Fast Rich shares and I sold them. I actually had some Fast Rich shares and I sold them recent enough, before dollar. So not for Fast Rich reasons. It's just it wasn't enough. It was a reminder amount, and then the amount I put in there to ensure that
it's funny. So I often say, and I look at a portfolio and I say to myself, all right, that thing is good. It might not be the best thing, but we don't have enough for me to get up and say, all right, we're holding it through. Like, it might fit the goal, but we don't have enough to me where I say, all right, we don't have to keep it. We're not so heavily invested that we have to worry about exiting. So just we can just cut that little piece class. All right, maybe something else looks better to you in a better timeline, or maybe even the same time. So you move away from the little small holding you had in it and go somewhere else. Maybe you revisit the other thing, but the idea is, if I don't have enough, then if this double and it's 1% of my portfolio, it doubles and I just made 1%. So you get me? It never really mattered that much.
Yeah. It became a decision between, like, was I gonna go deep enough in it? And for me, the possibility of an APO and investing, so moving funds into it to invest in a way where it would make sense versus almost anything else out there that I can see out of the whole heap of, because there's a whole heap of opportunity out in the market now. And there was the same whole heap of opportunity in the market at the time when I was doing it. It was, is it worth the risk? And no, and I just sold it, went into other things. That's funny because I have other things that I feel the same way about, but I haven't sold them because just of timings or whatever. Yeah. Yes.
It's funny. I used to have this conversation with you a lot about how much stocks are in your portfolio. Because it's a conversation we often have about having too much stocks. But we do it differently. So it's somewhat disingenuous to have it in this way and make it boy. But looking at my portfolio, I'm seeing the amount of stocks I hold. And it's out of it the small things that I'm watching to keep as a reminder for something. But at the end of the day, you start seeing too much, you start feeling a certain way about it.
Yeah. Or the flip side, that comes from the lesson that they learn, which is you buy something that for the good reasons that you have in mind, and you put 10 grand in it. You put a small amount in it, yeah. And then exactly what you know what's going to happen. Yeah, and then whatever you know is going to happen. It could be 10 grand, and then whatever you know what's going to happen, and it happened, and what you can do about it, other than cuss yourself and feel bad.
Cuss yourself because you only make damn 10 grand.
Yeah.
You only put the 10 grand and you could have put more.
Exactly.
I see a lot of people saying that about dollar. That's but I mean everybody except the reserve people would have gotten pretty much that sort of. So yeah, I know, but people say things like that. People say, boy, it never makes sense to buy dollar. I'm like, we never had any other place. Like, you went to dollar with your $1 million because you thought dollar was the best thing for your money at the time. You don't know how much you're getting it. Very likely you're getting a small amount, especially if you love it so much and the rest of the people love it as much as you. But yeah, there's a reason if you had the thought that, boy, you never had the thought you're only getting 10%. But at the end of the day, you never ran out of place. So if you're going to dollar and you get what you get, you can't really so vex. And as we've said before, you might well prefer $10,000 in a great IPO that you put $1 million to, than $1 million in an IPO where you get $1 million.
True. Well, didn't I learn that? Big up. Was it Mai? No, it wasn't Mai. I don't want to call that person's name because I think it's very identifiable. I don't get them permission. But big up the person who they got a much better allocation than me because they did a thing that I don't do. Split up. Yes. Yeah. Split up the orders for the IPO before they go into them order the 10, 15 applications, one from every broker. So them sending 12 applications or 13 or 15 applications and
get 10 grand on everything.
Get 10 sets, 15 sets of 10 grand, Yeah, plus whatever, if they put any extra in there, then they get that also. So that actually worked out better than you can work on levels. I think if I'm remembering correctly, somebody who did it with.
I mean, if you go with the same amount of money, if you have 15 applications with $10,000 each, it works out better than a one application with $150,000 each. There's a point where it starts working. So I don't want people to feel like I'm saying that's a sensible thing. If you have at a certain point, it does not make sense to do that.
That's true.
The example I gave was if Randy come with $2 million and split across 15. You know, really change his life so much in how much he get.
Can't tell me
So
that.
might as well they just sure go ahead. But them piece allocation there. At the end of the day, yeah, it doesn't do much. So it stops if boy the money start to get too big like certain man on in the as I see in the space. GS.
Oh.
if the money start to get too big, then boy that splitter thing it matters much less at that point. But if you feel like I can catch the limit with all my applications across all my orders, meaning I can catch the piece or the guaranteed piece up to 10,000. If you can put that 10, if you feel you can get 10,000, everybody get 10,000 in, and you put 10,000, 10,000, 10,000 across in there, then you win.
Yeah.
Unless you get like a Fontana.
Yeah. So two things. Yeah. No, you're right. Where they combine all of the applications. Yeah.
Yeah.
By TRN, which they can do, and every IPO they can do that, and you don't know which one they'll choose to do. Yeah, Dollar chose not to do that, but they could have chosen to do it. And the next IPOs, if any more are coming, will have the same option with it, which one they want to do. So imagine doing the 15 applications and it's a waste of your time. But at least for Dollar, it worked out. I just straight math. If somebody had done 15 10 grand applications, it would have been better than I think the person who applied with 15 million. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 15 million.
Oh, it's certain. Wait, go again?
Or if you
15,
had
10 grand applications? No, man.
not 15 million, no. Maybe
million,
definitely 5 million. Definitely 5 million.
Probably.
Yeah. So somebody who did a $5 million single $5 million application would have gotten a worse allocation than somebody who did 10 or
Yes.
15 10 grand applications.
15,
yeah.
10 grand applications, yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I saw that and I thought it's so good because the people who went ahead and did that in this IPO won. Because now they have a whole heap of little orders that they're not selling, that they're looking at the queue and just simply not selling, waiting for them price.
I want to look at that in terms of at what point, at what level of money it stop making sense exactly. And you have to take some assumptions, of course, but at the end of the day, it can work also.
Yeah, I mean, as long as there's a 10 grand allocation, if the IPO is heavy, 15 brokers, 10 grand times 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The IPO is heavy, then that starts making sense very, very quickly.
Yeah, but what is heavy and how can you predict heavy? The ways to do that, that's like a more advanced thing.
That's why I say you have to make some assumptions along the way. And then you have to also assume what the base will be. If it's 10 grand or 5 grand or 2 grand or 20.
Yeah, or 2 or 1% or 2.6, right?
See how that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So one to watch. Drew Dunn, I think I said that right. DeAndre.
Yeah, hey guys, what's up?
Evening.
Hey boss, what going?
I'm good. Just have a few questions here. I'm kind of new to the investing space.
Yeah, man, no problem.
Yeah. Crap. I kind of forgetting them now because I was listening in on the dollar. But yeah, so
take your time and start with one, man. Yeah.
I wanted to understand what's the calculation behind understanding when a company is market weight, underweight, and I think it's overweight. That's that one.
Oh, no. So
how do you calculate that?
You're talking about the recommendation sent out by a broker. And how much of it. All right. So here what you do. Ask the broker, but I don't know either.
Oh,
it's not a one-size-fits-all thing. It's really this broker believes that based on whatever reason, they think you should put X amount of this into your portfolio. Or you shouldn't put X amount of this in your portfolio. So you really have to ask them what they decide, what made them decide exactly that. Is that a one thing? Not a one-way thing. So they might say, all right. It's basically them saying this worth it or not, to whatever degree.
All right. Well, it's not my broker still. I was just on VM page a couple nights ago and see what them do. So I was just looking at it, but I just wanted to understand the logic behind it. But since it says at the one side, one cap fit all thing, then
yeah, man. If somebody from VM or somebody actually knows is in the chat, I'd love them to jump in and answer him, to be honest.
Yeah, that'd be great. A wonderful opportunity for VM. And the document you're looking on, whatever you're looking on, it should have the explanation for
I think it usually does.
on it.
All right. Let me go on it and see.
Yeah, man.
That makes sense. That makes no sense for it to be there, to be honest. Like, that is very, very arbitrary.
Yeah, I'm not bright enough for that stuff. Yeah. I leave that. My thing, I stick to profit.
Alright. My next question I had. Right. So there are certain terms that I really want to know. Like when you guys mention earning season, you're talking like what exactly is that? Like how do you guys know that this month, for example, you said earning season is coming up soon. How do you know that June is an earning season?
Earning season is a common term used in investing, right? You see all the stocks that are on the JSE. By the way, I talk about these things that grow. I can tell you're a beginner, you should come to grow. But I'll tell you this, and everybody listening. And so I said it before on our podcast, Earning Season, which is named after Earning Season. And Brick Talk is from Earning Season. Anyway, all the stocks that are on the JSE, they have dates at which they report their earnings to us, right? I mean, no, you get that, right? Or do you?
Yeah,
not?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you understand
I get that because I see where they have where they put their quarterly financial
Yes.
stuff. So
Same
I
stuff.
look at that.
All right. So there's a time period that comes out on a specific schedule after the
Timeline.
quarter is done. A lot of companies, some companies, they share the same quarter. They share the same time, the same financial year. And so those companies would have the same reporting date, since the same rules cover all of these companies, right?
Yeah.
And as a result, there are times in the year when many companies have their results due. So you can have a day. So if anybody looking on YouTube now can see, for example, coming up next month, I believe. No, August. The middle of August, August 15th is when a lot of companies have their financials due, their quarterly financials due. I'm looking on the evermickel.com local stock calendar. It's a calendar that I put together and keep. It's free still. I don't know how much longer it will remain free, but it's free for now still. It's been free for years, actually. I keep it up to date with all the events on the local stock market and also when these companies are reporting. So if you want to know when earnings season is going to be or when something is important to you, blah, 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 you just go to evermickel.com/calendar and sign up for this calendar. I literally keep it and link it to my phone's calendar. So it's my actual calendar. You can look at all the dates so you know when the earning season is. So August, the middle of August is the next earning season because we have roughly 70 or 80 something companies that have to report around that time. Coming from the start of August when ECL's report is due to the end of August really, where a bunch of companies reports are due. But between that month you have, I am gonna say, almost 100 if not 100 companies that have their results that have to come out. So that's what earning season is for you and anybody who is wondering. If you want to keep track of it, evermickel.com/calendar. It's a free tip.
Respect.
What's your next question?
I think there was one more question. It might sound very trivial.
Well, see,
But,
don't diminish your question before you ask. Ask the
Yeah,
question.
man.
Every question for a reason.
all right. So like when looking at the charts, right? So for example, I'm on Massey Holdings line chart, and like you would see where they were. Let me zoom out. Where they were at like 1,952, but only from talking to a friend, I would have known that it was a stock split that would have caused them to go to 122. So if you're looking at other charts in general, is there a way that you can go back and find out what happened? Why?
Are you looking at mymoneyja.com? Are you looking at mymoneyja.com?
I'm currently on the stock exchange, but I signed up for my money JA last night.
So if you're looking on mymoneyja.com, so the people who are watching on YouTube can see that on mymoneyja right now, and they can see how the answer to your question. So on mymoneyja, we put it there. We make it very, very clear what it was that is affecting it. At the point where the stock drops, the stock price drops, we have a notation that it's from a stock split, right? Outside of that, your research would show you wonder what happened at that date. You should check the information around that company. But on My Money J, we just make it very easy for you. We put the notation there that it's a stock split, and we tell you what it is. 20-1 stock split that happened on March 11th, which is why it fell from where it was to where it is now.
Cool.
But again, if you're not using My Money JA, which you really should, you can just do the research around it. JC does have it because JC has all the information around listed companies.
No man, I mean they used to have it on the chart. I don't know if it's. I haven't checked it. Wow, so I'm gonna check them chart. Then it's hard to find the charts.
I don't know.
I haven't checked in a while. But
yeah. So that's one way in which you can know, and that's one thing for you. You had any more planned questions?
No. Apart from just to express that I'm happy I decided to start it. So now that I started, I just looking at a lot of resources every night because I just want to learn about it and understand, everything.
That's
understand it less, more and more. So,
okay, that is. So how long have you started?
I opened the account. It was in. I think it's the 25th of May.
25th of May. Okay, so you're really fresh to this thing. Well, you opened it for what? $4?
No, it was like from January I was supposed to do it, but every time I keep putting it off and everything, I said I'm gonna deal with it before May. And then when I saw, I think actually when I opened it in May, I never knew what that dollar was. I never even knew what dollar was. And then when I opened it in May, from that night, every night I'm watching Khalil Arena's page, Learn, Grow, Invest. I was listening to Earning Season podcasts.
Fall in love with the investing.
So I kind of had some knowledge, but I never have the in-field knowledge, like the hands-on knowledge.
Okay.
So yeah. So when I put in, when I opened it and I saw $1, I said, all right, I look at them prospectus and everything because I was watching Learn, Grow, Invest YouTube page and they're teaching me, showing you how to read financial statements and all that stuff and what the things that you want to look out for. So I said, all right, I'm going to try it.
So have you actually tried it?
Try what?
Investing, putting some money behind something.
Oh yeah, man. That's why I'm in. That's why I'm have to do it every night because I don't want to lose my money.
Yeah, that's exactly why you do it.
Yeah. So yeah, I started. So based on the videos about how they teach you to pick stocks because I want to able to can analyze things for myself.
Agreed.
So after I did that now and I start looking at different companies, I said, all right, I really like this company. Probably the only challenge for me is like, I know that they were saying that it's good to always identify the board of management, the directors and so forth, and then you can tell that, okay.
Not me.
So for example, this person was at
you not heard me say that.
Oh. So say for example, this person was at Sagicor, and Sagicor did good here, and they move over to say Mayberry, that okay, they have a track record of excellence. So because I'm not really familiar with all of those stuff, then I don't really know who is who in the place. That's the only thing, but yeah.
Yeah, man. So I'll tell you this, you want to read broadly, just like in real life, just like in life. The broader you read, the more you expose yourself to and judge everything you read. I always say, question you almost want to be near, but I shouldn't tell people to be paranoid, but I'd say I'm paranoid. Assume that everybody is telling you something that is not necessarily correct, and it might not be for they might not be deliberately malicious. Sometimes they just get it wrong. A lot of hearsay is in the space, and a lot of the hearsay is wrong, and a lot of the hearsay turns into the Chinese. Is it okay to say Chinese telephone anyway? Chinese telephone.
Yeah,
and things get twisted along the way, and then you find yourself hearing something that's twisted and you're following it, and it's your money you're following it with. So what I want to tell you is question every single thing that you read, hear, watch, listen to, including me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you're speaking to your licensed advisor, if you're smart, you come to a grow, you get a discount to a session with Danai. Question Danai also, and every single person that you question along the way, or the things that you're reading or experiencing or watching, whatever, listening to, and you're questioning, it needs to make sense or you throw it out, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
dangerous to hold on to a bad idea or an incorrect idea in this space. And a dangerous thing that can happen, I've seen it in myself, is if you hold on to something that's wrong, by the time you come around to being faced with the fact that, yo, this don't make sense, it is easier
You'll
for
mash
you
up.
to just, you mash up, or you ignore it, or you choose to ignore it even though it's wrong, you know? Boy, that's stuck in my portfolio, read from when, but I can't bother look on it no more, so I just hide it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I get you. But
Well,
yeah,
that long term.
Yeah, man. Question everything that you see, all right? And everything you hear. So like, if I say that something makes a stock a good thing, you need to go out and see actual evidence of that. You need to be able to link me saying this and this is why a stock is good and it's happening to this stock. You need to be able to link that back to, okay, that happened on January 14th, 1998, and the
mm-hmm.
stock went up 40% by July 1998. And you could tell that it's because of, you have to be able to link it, right? If you can't link
Yeah,
it, sprinkle salt. A lot of rubbish is said in the space, and not all of it is malicious. A lot of it is ignorant, simple ignorance. And yeah,
Facts.
to protect yourself, question everything. If it don't make sense, let it go. And that includes anything you hear from me or your advisor.
Damn
yeah,
right.
man. Yeah. I don't have an advisor, to be honest. When I just did go to JMB and open
But it's almost like
the Emma
they're
account.
phasing those out, you know.
Uh,
I keep finding people with no advisor.
yeah. So I was like, all right,
I don't have an
and
advisor.
I wasn't worried though, because I mean, like, it's not something like I can't it's not something that's hard to learn, and I was interested. So I mean, it's once I had interest, then I learn it. And when I put in, like, I got some of the half dollar, and then when I saw the investments, the returns coming on it, I was like, wow, this thing really. You
Yeah, we know
understand?
them.
So then,
Wait till you sell some and cash
uh,
it out and get and see the money in your hand, and you know, say, yo, like it actually real. Like wait till they actually
mm,
say, 'cause I know the feeling. I know the feeling when you're looking at it and it up and you're like, yo, it blow your mind. But if you think that blow your
mhm.
mind, wait till you actually cash it out and you see it. Right? I don't mean dollar, I mean any investment.
Generally speaking, yeah.
Yeah, man. And going even one step further, you know one of the best feelings? Wait
Hmm.
till you look at the market, do your research, set your goal. You have your goal set and you're doing your research towards a goal. You see a company that match your goal. You pick that company
Hmm.
for XYZ reason happening in XYZ time or ABC time, and it actually happened and it go up the way you expect, and you sell it and you see that money in your account or worse in your hand. Whew, you'll never stop. You'll literally never stop.
Yeah,
Trust me. Not nice like deliberate profit. That's repeatable. Yeah, man.
yeah, yeah, very
I'm
yeah.
glad the bug bite is. So keep it up. And a last tip I'll give you is, since you're on my money JA, in addition to
Uh-huh.
sign up this month and getting a discount, I tell you, create a fake portfolio. We don't check to see if you really bought $10 million
This is a
shares.
liar to kick him off.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So create a fake portfolio, and like
uh,
when you're looking at something, let's say you're doing your research behind something and you're considering it, but you don't show yet. Create a fake
mhm.
portfolio and put some. Say, okay, I'm gonna pretend that I bought. You pick a stock. What's a stock that you like that you don't own currently, but you've been
Proven.
considering it? Proven. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So let's say you put your money in proven. You pretend that you put your money in proven in a pretend portfolio, we'll call it, right?
Yeah.
And how much money would you put in there if you had a magic wand and you had all the money that you wanted?
Yeah, that's right. I'll put any amount. I'll put a million.
All right, so you put
But if
1
I'm,
million. You'd buy 1 million worth of proven.
yeah,
And proven is currently at $37.65 per share.
37, yeah, 37, 38, yeah.
No man, 37.65. That's another free
Oh,
tip.
I was
Precision.
talking about what I saw the highest it's so far today, I think. But
Okay,
yeah,
yeah, but that's not
continue.
what you're buying. In fact, if you want to be precision helps
Mm-hmm.
in this space. For anybody new listening to this, you're trying to get your own little tips to get better. The more precise you can be with everything, is the better it works out for you. The more
Okay,
precise
makes sense.
your pre-work, the more precise your output. So not 37.38, it's 37.65. In fact, if you really
Okay.
want to be precise, $38 is the cheapest you can buy it for come Monday morning, assuming somebody doesn't put in a cheaper order.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you bought proven at $38 per share, right?
Yeah.
You literally go to mymoneyja.com, create the pretend portfolio, put in the proven, and you say how much would you get for how many shares do you think you'd get for the $1 million?
Um, that would be 38. A mil divided by that 38.
There we go. If you want to be more precise, you take your fees out of it. But you're getting. I'll throw the fees in as extra. Let's say that somebody gave you the fee money, so you get about
Mm-hmm.
26,300 units of
Mm-hmm.
proven, right? So 26,300 units of proven at the current share price of 38. And which broker you say you use?
JMMB.
All right, a 2.5%. I won't put the fees in. I'll keep it flat for now. And
Mm.
let's say you did that let's say you did that at the start of the year.
Uh-huh. Well, at the start of the year, they were selling for what?
No, I'm just
Uh,
pretending at time. So let's pretend that you bought
okay.
it for 38 at the start of the year.
Yeah.
And then every day after that, you come and you check this portfolio and you look to see how is my money looking now? How would it look now? So if you bought proven at the start of the year for $38, you would be currently down. You'd currently be down 0.92%. And that's what you can look at, right? And of course we're looking backwards, but if you did that today for a stock today, pretending that you're going to do it for the next 6 months, you can watch that portfolio, you can set an alert to set that price to say, let me see when it hit 20% up. You set the alert and you get sent the email or the message, and that helps you to build up a lot more skill. And that's for you and any beginner listening,
Yeah.
or even if you're not a beginner, you're just trying to sharpen your skills. It's a great it's a
Yeah,
great
it makes sense. I'm going to do it
yeah.
as well. There was something else I just remember. Since here, well, it wasn't a deliberate question, but it just came in my mind.
No problem.
Um, I, you can correct me after I make this, after I say what I'm saying, if it needs correction. But a mistake I thought I made was I bought a particular company. Not a mistake in buying the company, but a mistake in how I did it. So I put it in at market price instead of limit order. So it's like say so I put it in at market order, and from what I realized from my observation, market order is going to probably put it at what
Whatever it's available
equilibrium is.
for, whatever
Yeah,
it's
Yeah,
available
anything
for on the
anything being
market.
sold, yeah, take and buy. So
yeah.
Correct.
So basically, what happened is that, say
With
for
a
example,
safety. With a safety. But yeah.
huh?
so weak safety though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, I think what happened was that, so the company was said at that time, the company was, say for example, $26, and at market, when I put it in at market order, it bought it for like $28, and it's now like the company is kind of trending upwards towards that 28. So it's like, I'm buying it. I basically bought it overpriced. I have to wait until the actual market value catch up to what I bought it for. So then so I think perhaps that was a mistake. So after that, I just always chose limit order to get it at exactly what I wanted. So would you consider that a mistake, as I had said?
Um, I'd consider the mistake being that you did something not knowing what you were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but buying something at a market order is not necessarily a mistake. The tools are there, the different order types are there to serve different needs.
Different purposes, exactly. So
Yeah,
what you want is what you want from it, what you get from it. Understand them.
yeah.
In fact, I often get
So,
the question what order to put in,
uh-huh.
and I it stops me because I know that I can't tell your order because it really depends on what you're going for and
Uh-huh.
how exactly you're going to be buying, what you buy.
So give me a
So yeah,
use case in which a market order would be helpful because I can't think
if
of
you look
one.
on the sell, if you look on the sell queue and you will
Uh-huh.
realize that all the orders there,
Uh-huh.
or say you want 100 units or something, right? And you say you look on the sell queue and you see that the orders there, the hundred units available right now are within a range that you're fine with getting. Putting a market order to get the next 100 units will get you the 100 units that are fine with what you want.
Okay, I see.
So as long as the price range is good for the amount of units you want
Mm-hmm.
on the market, then a
Mm-hmm.
market order will work for you. Or maybe you don't care about the price today because I'm going to buy it because I'm going to sell it. I'm going to buy this $50 stock because I'm going to sell it later down for 100 next year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I am fine. I'm fine with 50%, but what I really want is 25%. So I'm very fine buying it up the thing there. What can I move there, Andy?
Well, if you
How
buy
much?
a
How much
market
money?
order,
How much money to 100 is it? Let me just check it.
I didn't catch the last part of the question.
I'm checking it.
Okay.
Divide. Yeah. So at $80, if you buy it at $80, it's a 25% move, but you know, say selling it at 100 next year, right? And you see
Yeah.
it at $50 today. So between 50 and 80, you are fine. And every day you come on the queue when you get your money, you
Mm-hmm.
see 50 to 80, a good amount, a very nice range between them. So you can just go and press market order, and anything you get there is fine because you know that it's within the range. It's below the level that you are fine with buying.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
boy,
it's
then I
really
make
if
it
you're if you're
sound
if you're lax
complicated.
about buying, if you're very fine with whatever you can get on the queue right now, market order
Yeah.
works.
Then I make it sound complex. Then I think when you start sound so complex.
Man, that's
Yeah.
not by myself, man.
Yeah. No, the simple. I don't know if how many people get it. It's just market orders are great if you just want to buy the stock and you don't care.
You don't
Yeah.
care exactly.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it like that
You know, but
because I
it's,
know
well,
that
yeah, it's
people
true.
take it away.
Yeah, it's true. It's not that you don't care because I use market orders sometimes. Um, and I also don't like I don't put my I don't go in the queue. You're not gonna see my order sitting in the queue. I don't do a lot of queue
Yeah.
sitting. That's not my thing. Almost
Sue
never.
and Killer, my best friend.
Yeah, yeah. So if you hear anybody saying, "Oh yeah, that's probably Randy order," that person is almost 100% wrong. I don't leave my
Wrong.
orders in the queue every single time. Anybody tell you that it's a 99.9% chance that they are wrong.
Mm.
I
Yep.
don't leave orders in the queue. I don't play the queue games that people play. It's I say openly that you don't need to do that to make serious profit. But people think what they want. So I'm telling you and everybody else listening or watching that I don't play the queue games. But if somebody wants to play the queue games, then it's there. Or if you don't want to play the queue games and you just know that, listen, I have $1 million and I want to buy as many proven shares as it can give me, market order on my million.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And funny enough, I don't even use Phil and Kill and them stuff either, you know, than I.
He's market
Not
order.
much. Not much. No, I usually just I
Give me.
just check my money
Understand.
JA and just I buy exactly what I want and sell exactly what I want.
Oh no, that's exactly why I do that. So it's like what I'm doing, but I usually put in a price. So like if I see it at 50 and I'm good with 55, I'll swing it there because I know that that goes sometimes. The queue will change by the time I put in my order. So I just
Oh
swing my
no.
price and I just take everything I can get there. If it go past something, there's nothing left. And while I feel and keys, I put a limit order, then you can sit on the queue the rest side. I don't wanna.
No, well for me when I say I calculate, I mean I use my money JA and I mean I go okay. If I'm buying, I'm buying 574,000 dollar shares on Monday. So no, sorry, I'm buying $232 shares on Well, it can be as precise as we want. So DeAndre just said that he signed up with who you said JMB.
Yeah.
So if I was with JMB, then I do have a JMB account, and I have 501,000. I could buy 201,924 dollar shares, assuming that the queue didn't change and this was the
Yeah,
market is
man,
open
get
right
it.
now. Yeah, and I would just go in and put in 201.94 at 250 and I
And
buy
limit.
immediately. Yeah, limit. Yeah, I do a
Yeah,
lot of
but
limit. I do a lot of
it's the
limit. I
same. Yeah,
just
it's the same thing as I think that as a fill and kill.
true is
It's
just
the same thing except if something changes in the orders you want,
mm-hmm.
the rest will sit on the queue. I don't want that.
What you call that? Fill and queue?
Fill
Fill and
and
kill.
kill. Come
So
to
it buy
grow. Come
everything, and if
yeah.
you can't buy the rest, it cancel the rest of the order.
Yeah,
Oh,
come to grow, DeAndre, and come to grow, and I think you will leave with a huge, better understanding of what happens on the JSC.
yeah,
Agreed.
man. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Go forward.
Yeah.
When is the next one again?
Next week, Tuesday and Wednesday is a split version, or if you want to do it all in one go, we have it.
How long is one? Is one
It's a
class?
1 day workshop. So the one on Tuesday and Wednesday evening is a split version of the 1 day workshop. So it starts at
It's in
6.
person or face to or
It's
virtual?
no, there's monkeypox, bro. It's over the internet. I mean, it's live, but it's over the internet. It's kind of like this, but I'm going through a whole thing. So yeah, it's like Zoom.
Okay, all right, no problem.
Yeah, man. I said to you or anybody who is like you listening in and they want to get, I can assure you that it'll be worth your while.
Yeah, man. I would I think so too because just from it's only like 3 weeks now since I opened the account,
Mm-hmm.
and just from watching your channel, Kalina Reynolds channel,
Mm-hmm.
the amount of stuff I knew back then compared to now is a whole heap.
Yeah, man. You're only going to know more and more and make more money and learn more. That's the important thing. Learning more is the key that will carry you through.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So big up DeAndre. And anybody else who has any
Yeah, man. Respect,
questions,
guys.
yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Anybody else
man,
who has
best
any
up, boss.
questions or any points or anything like that they want to talk about, send a speaking request and we'll talk about it. Jump on to Twitter, send a speaking request, and we will approve it when we see it and have a good little conversation about it. Then I
Yo, bro.
saw there was a comment on YouTube that I wanted. I said Derby County saying talk about Mayberry. We already spoke about Mayberry. That's actually the thing that I was saying, that I found their declared dividends from the Mayberry. I call it the Mayberry.
What about maybe talk about that before?
No, they wanted to talk about the dividends.
Oh,
But
dividend.
they just didn't hear that it was spoken about earlier. I think, you know.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, so the man them not ramping over Mayberry, and he thinks that Mayberry stock price should be pushing 20 plus right now. His words, not mine.
Oh, so you buying it?
I don't know,
That's
Derby
fine.
County, or I don't know if it's him or her, but they buying it. Are you buying it? Jump on Twitter, hit the Brick Talk hashtag, join the space, and send a speaker request. I will talk about it.
The
And see if you
MI
buy
Mayberry is at $10 in bro.
brother. I'm hoping that people come on and pick a company and we can have a conversation about a company, because there's so many companies I want to talk about. I don't want to bring it up. If somebody have a company in mind and they want to talk about it, other than whether or not, well, go on with Dollaz. Like, guys, the line is gonna last for a while. So yeah. I spoke up earlier about the $3 and $4 and $5 because you need to be asking yourself, how high am I
Well, you know,
willing
sir,
to buy it?
when last
Speaking
we get
about
that,
dollar.
why signals not moving?
I think people know not to ask about it. I think also the signals people am going through it, boy, as expected.
They don't know. Them good, man.
Yeah. I know things were down for signals people when $16 and $17 is viewed as yay.
Yeah, Ben.
Yeah, it moved, but just like we said, I mean, we literally said it would happen, and the exact same thing happened. The results came out. Then the post result, well, they had a 1 day. Then the post result drop, and it's going back up now. But it's the same thing with signals all the time. But I guess people just know not to, I don't know, not to say that, not to ask about it. Oh, I saw Steph had said something in the queue. Steph saying that larger money can be viewed differently. At short term is possible, but takes a lot of work. It can be viewed as inefficient for input versus output, especially when compared to a medium term and longer. Oh, larger money,
What?
6 figures and more, shorter. Okay, I'm trying. Steph, I hope I'm not misinterpreting what you're saying. I think he's saying that it is possible to make larger money profits, so 6 figures and more in the short term, days or even weeks, but it takes a lot of work and it can be viewed as inefficient for input versus output, especially when compared to the medium term or long. I'm not actually sure what you're saying. Steph, if you want to come on.
I'm actually sure I'm saying.
Yeah, if you want to come on and explain that, Steph, would love to talk about it. Steph know that already. Yannick asking on YouTube also, Yannick Prince, where can I find 10-year history or more on a stock? Yannick, if you sign up for a premium account on mymoneyja.com, you can see stock prices going back as far as we have them. We have stock prices going back decades in some cases, right? More than 10 decades, literally decades with an S. So we have a lot of information there, and we have a lot more continuously coming. mymoneyja.com. Sign up now and you get a 10% discount if you use the discount code MyMoneyYear1, because it has been 1 year since we've gone public with this thing, and a few thousand people have been enjoying the use of this thing. So big up you guys, and big up the people who pay to help keep supporting it and keep it going. Yared, Sir Yared, the Grammy nominated Yared, what's up?
Night everybody, welcome on, bro.
Night boss, all
Not
good.
much. But now I stop introducing the way there, you know.
Until
you win it. Until you win it.
Until you get it. Yeah. Grammy winner.
Grammy winner.
Just cool, man. Just cool. So I appreciate that though. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm happy that you are happy for me. You know what I'm saying? What I wanted to talk about was the takeover of Supreme Ventures. I mean, not Supreme Ventures. Of
you frightened me a while ago, brother.
Me I wonder. Me I say, yo, send me that link at the same time.
from SSLVC, not SVL. SSLVC.
Aha, what you want to talk about it, say?
Cause I was only loosely aware of the, I saw the takeover news and thing, but like I never really looked into, any details around it, because I wasn't planning to make that play, you know what I mean? But still, as I've been looking at the market and seeing the crazy movement in the stock price following, the completion of the takeover, and I'm not sure if there was any talk about future plans for the company yet. You know what I mean? I saw the name change. Again, like I said, I haven't been following it closely, but I did notice the jump.
Yared, I think should join the Grow subscriber group. If you want to join that, I'll give you a nice discount. I think you would do well there, personally. I'm being biased here by saying that, but I suspect that you would learn more, and it'd help you to be in a small community of people who are focused on learning and pay attention to the market. And I'm saying that because I'm wondering, like, how could you not know about it? But then I realize that the only times I think I've ever really spoken about it is with that group. I have not spoken about it publicly.
Oh, yeah, right. We barely speak about it.
Yeah, that's why. So I was thinking, why do you say? And I realized, oh yeah, no, I'm not in there, so him though no. And by the way, as you're saying this, I just have up on Andrico Winter on YouTube had the same question, a similar question. Hey Randy, a question I get all the time. What's happening with insert stock here? See, in this case, it was SSLVC. Seeing some double-digit gain over the past week. Yeah, and they're right.
More than just the past week, but
trust me.
Yeah, more than the past week.
It started the year at 94 cents.
All right. When the news first come out,
I don't remember.
You need that.
Not that I expect you guys to remember, but like, probably when that news came out, like, was when I was still dealing with it.
Bad memory?
No, not about the market, but like me personally, where I was as an investor at the time, you know what I mean? Because I never started taking back the reins of my portfolio until like relatively recently, and I was slimming down.
Okay.
So that's why I didn't pay more attention, even though I was still, I still keep a track of the news and like, the news and headlines and things, but I wasn't looking at it at all, But then I saw the buy queue get wiped out over the past couple of days, and I was just like, whoa.
No, man, that's it. There's 7 orders in the buy queue.
The sell queue got wiped out.
But there's 7. No, man. Okay, recently.
Before those got put in, like today the sell queue was wiped out at 3. Like when it was at 350 today, like it was empty for a minute. Like those probably came in closer to the end of the day, you know.
Word, you're right. There was a halt. There was a halt during the day. Wow.
And that's
Yeah,
and that's
that
that's
this
two
already.
that's 2 days. That's 2 days in a row.
See, interesting.
Yeah.
So
So what do you think happening?
we want to talk about it.
It's cute. Well, considering that they got taken over by a microfinance company, it's curious, like to see the upsurge in general chatter around that industry ahead of the new regulation that's supposed to come in.
Mm-hmm.
With it.
You know, so
The company named
just
Microfinance Solutions. Is it really a microfinance company in the way we think of it, like Dollar and Access?
I'm not sure.
All right.
Well,
So
you
you
know,
know the
you know
first
what
thing to
growth
check.
stand for. You know what growth stand for, you know, brother. You know the research. You know
Yeah.
to do the research. I will tell you this. Big up Kalila. She had the
Yeah. Shall I? Mm-hmm.
yeah, she had the principal of MFS on for one of her interviews a few weeks ago. I thought it was a very enlightening interview.
Agreed.
I thought it was a very interesting interview. The gentleman gave a lot of information about his plans, and also a lot of insight into what his current operations are for some of the companies that are under his belt, his group that he's moving into. Well, you know, but that he's moving into SSLVC because those are his words.
His group.
Yeah,
Oh.
and you know how I say the market is slow. You've heard me say it. You've heard Danai say it. The market is slow. The market is slow. It hasn't changed. The market is slow. The market is slow to see things that are obvious. Yeah.
In fact, if you check the talk
No, I mean,
around the thing when it was first announced, you realize that it, it wasn't even slow to react. It was almost not obvious to most people. Most
um,
people's reaction to the thing was, "This is crazy."
you know, to be honest, I remember I remember an earnings season, you know, episode quite some time ago where you guys were talking about companies sitting on the exchange that are kind of ripe for the picking in terms of like a takeover or acquisition.
Yeah. We had a lot of interesting points there. We gave a lot of timelines. Some of them we are hitting right now.
Interesting,
Sometimes,
right?
yes. Sometimes I listen to those. Sometimes I listen to those old episodes, and I'm thinking, "Are you stupid? Do you know how many millions of people who do this get? Why are you doing it for free?" But you know, most people don't bother to listen. Even this, we are a couple hours in at this point. Most people aren't even going to listen to this. So you can say anything you want to say, Yari. Them not here. Talk the real things. What do you think? Are you
Waiting for SSLVC.
waiting for SSLVC? Yeah, be honest.
Well, I mean, again, it was never a company that I looked deeply into, but as the just what I was aware of was that it was kind of, you know, not in great shape,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
So,
we get a pro tip.
you know what I mean?
Jay, always look at the things, especially even if it don't look nice, even if you're not really interested in putting money in it, no, because you're gonna need a next player at some point, and that's where the opportunity is. Anything
Right.
you're not looking at just now. Don't look at it just because you have it.
Yeah.
In
So
fact,
back.
you buy the thing already because you have it. Can you check it already? There's not much more to check very often.
Yeah.
So this is funny. So the stock price movement on SSLVC, in addition to like recently Fosterich, like earlier Randy was talking about, you know, creating a pretend portfolio, and then you know I had a moment of like apprehension almost because I said to myself, what if my pretend portfolio end up doing better than my regular portfolio?
I suspect it might. With what I've heard from
Mm-hmm.
you, how you talk, I suspect it might, because I think you'll make less mistakes with your pretend portfolio, and the fact that you're starting it at a point where you have more knowledge, and so there's less stakes. So you know it's like you're less shaky. You know, like when you practice a thing by yourself, and but another day you're really good. As soon as everybody turn around and look, you say, "Look what we can do," and everybody turn around and look. You suddenly. I mean, yo, grow runs very smoothly when I am prepping it by myself, right? Brick talk is set up wonderfully on my system until I hit, oh, we're going live now. Then the page lag a little more. Then the stream start get iffy. Then the vocals kind of off. Then the 9net off. Then my net start flip around. There's something about actually doing the thing, the skin in the game, that makes it harder. But there is growth in that, and I suspect what will happen with you if you do the pretend portfolio. I recommend you and anybody do that. Is that portfolio is probably going to do better than your portfolio. And the thing to do is not to just go, oh my God, it's doing better. Someone know it. No, actually check to see why is it doing better. Like,
Why?
what was my thing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What am I doing in this portfolio? And not, I don't mean the stocks. I mean, what exactly was the basis of my choices around this portfolio that made me get more money than the other portfolio? Because very often we see the thing, and we're afraid to, the fear of putting real money in it is the thing that limits it from actually making the money. So you see it and you work it out and it makes sense. But you're very comfortable in the things you're already in. So you're not going to jump out to go in this new thing because, I did the research, I'm already buying this thing, I already done make the hardest job putting the money there. I must go sell it now for this other thing that I'm not so sure on, and I wasn't so sure on the thing I already in, but boy, I don't spend the money. You have to take out the money out and put in this new thing, and you have to get up and go through the fear thing again and say, Jano, this thing might not work out and all of that. It could be the best thing ever.
It's not that the money feels that way, you know what I mean?
Yeah, if I go spend the money. So that pretend portfolio, that conviction you're going to have, you're going to learn why exactly you're doing it, why exactly you need to do what you're supposed to do, without all the stress of Jano, they put my real money in it. So actually put in learning. Don't do the pretend portfolio and keep that pretend.
Yeah, man.
No, yeah, of course.
From it.
No,
if you do that, no, you say, of course, it's very easy to do. I don't know if Dana is saying, but I'm saying it from my perspective of like my experience. That's where I'm saying it from. It is very easy. You have to push yourself, Remember, if you don't do it, literally nobody's behind you saying, yo, go do it. If you don't do it, you just don't do it. If you don't feel like doing it, if you can't bother, if you don't push yourself to do it, you don't do it. And oftentimes what happens is that you have a portfolio to have 7 stocks in there. One of them is the hot stock of the day, and another one was doing good from a long time, and those two are good. And so you choose to ignore the other 5 that not necessarily doing as well. And nobody's behind you. Nobody's checking your portfolio. Nobody's behind you saying, yo, look into those 5 and see why they are how they are. So I'm saying it to you because it's a very easy thing to slip into, to pay attention to just the winners and ignore the overall. That's why you hear me always, you've done growth, so I put so much stress on your money, your overall gain, your portfolio, not just the stock, not just the hot stock. And once you start doing that, investing becomes immediately easier. Money becomes easier to make. What's it the hot girl is tweeting? Money, I attract money. Money comes to me.
Manifesting.
I'm manifesting. You're not manifesting, but you are manifesting skills because you are learning skill. I am not teaching people manifesting. All right.
No, definitely not.
Nothing wrong with the manifesting, right?
Guru package.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's the thing, it's because I'm paying attention, like in the grow and then type of thing, where it's like, if I know that I don't have the time, that I'm not going to make the time to actually go and look at this thing that I have a feeling about, I don't want to just trade on impulse and then exactly. So that's what I mean. So it's not, so like I am making plays, it's just other plays that I'm doing the research on, so like I'll notice something like in the news, but then I'll be like, okay, cool, but like I'm still going with a different strategies I had decided from before.
Yeah, man, that the thing, trust me, the thing you already do is very easy to stick with. But it's not necessarily the best thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah. So you want to listen to exactly what Dana said. Push yourself. But here's the thing. Another thing I'll tell you, a blessing on the local market. We're getting bigger on the local market. We've got 99 companies listed now. It's getting bigger, but it's still not too big that you can't know every company. You can know every single company. You don't have to know them deeply. You don't have to know them all top to bottom, the entirety of the company, but you should know at least what each of them do for money. How they make money. Just and not just what people think them. You know this already. You've heard this script. It's not just how they make money. Not how people think they make money, but how them really make money. immediately that put you ahead of 90% of the people. Just knowing how every
And
company
also
make money.
ties well into we're getting bigger on the market because you don't want it to be that you're checking 300 companies. You want it them, you know, 99, and every time one ad, you're updating your head. All right, this one do that.
Yeah.
So you just build a list from now versus when we reach 300, you start check. You only know 50.
And we're heading there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about to get to 100, and I think we'll end the year with more than 100 based on the things I'm hearing. And the next few years we'll have more. So I tell you to know every company on the market and have an idea what's happening around every company on the market. SSLVC though, then I asked a question earlier, you never answered. You said, you know, when was the notice about the buyout?
It was probably like close to the end of last year, beginning of this year.
Yep.
No?
February, January 20th.
January 20th, yeah, man.
January 20th, they put out a notice that they received a takeover offer. Yeah. January 20th is when it came out. That something happened February 1, but if you look My Money JA, we have the original date. So we have the January 20th date because that's when the receipt of the offer came out. And then they did a update on the 21st, and then they did a further update on the 1st of February. That means that if you read that notice and you apply the knowledge that the grower knowledge, I'll say, that means that from January 20th, you could have bought this stock for 98 cents. Maybe you missed it and you could buy it on the 21st for $1.28.
Remember the talk between the 21st and the 20th and 21st when the price go up?
Yeah, I remember.
Talk about these idiots.
Yeah, dumb. I remember I made a tweet. I say that there's a less than sensible, practical, and profitable investing to learn here. If one, if you have the sense to see it. Two, the understanding that being wrong and admitting it and learning can allow you to be right and stop making mistakes. And we'll revisit this soon. We are here now in what? June 18th. I don't even know if it's time to revisit it yet, but it's 6 months later.
What the price? What the price now?
A lot.
No,
so
man.
200% up from that 98.
332 from 98.
Jesus. Yeah, so 200% up.
That's more than
200% less.
And it went to 350, you know what I mean? It closed at that, but it went to 350.
As I said, I don't think we should be. We're not revisiting the lesson just yet. We'll keep waiting on and more lessons and more.
School's still in session. Yeah, school's still in session. But yeah, 300% that's more than $1 so far, right? And nobody not rushing it quite the same. Nobody will see it yet. And it might fall as stocks fall, and as it has fallen over the time. But I think there'll be more to learn from it. I think there'll be more to learn from it for this year. And so anything that's exciting now about where it is now, I think is linked to that takeover, which we knew about at the start of the year. Yeah.
Question. So when a company on the exchange get taken over, right? How soon is the new quote unquote owner of the company, or like how soon do they just fall into the same report cycle?
The company is the company. The company don't change it.
The company is listing, not the owners.
Yeah. The company don't change its reported cycle.
So like how the takeover just go on, we're still not gonna have an idea of what the finance solutions financials actually looks like until they report it in the next period.
I don't know that
microfinance solutions is not listed. The company is a company. The company has listed SSLVC. SSLVC will give us its thing there, will give us its reports based on what is happening, what they own, and what their operations are. Microfinance solution has no obligation to report to us unless they are listed.
Yeah. But I'll give you one tidbit. The MFS gentleman mentioned on Khalila's show.
Yes.
He mentioned over 400 million in revenue was mentioned for one company. Well, you just dropped the pot cover while ago when you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to speak.
How much SSLVC was making before?
As of the last 6 months, the revenue is 0.
So which one of those is better? Which number is higher? Yeah,
Yeah.
interesting.
Zero to 400. Well,
Yeah.
hypothetically 400 million off of a single company in the group.
He didn't say hypothetically.
Because
He
Well,
said
no, I mean no, because you guys say we don't know if
yeah, watch what the
SSLVC
man
is
said.
going.
no, I never
Check
said
what the
that.
man check. Watch Khalila's episode.
Yeah,
That's
man. No,
featured.
no,
Put
yeah,
in there.
man.
Yeah,
Of
man.
course, yeah. That depend on the list. You know what I mean? Quick and fast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
So the
You get the
current
clarity you need
the current 9 month
on that
revenue
specific point.
the current 9 month revenue is 0. And
Then
he said 400 million in revenue. So I mean, obviously, revenue is just one dot in the
1
whole
point.
picture. Yeah, just 1 point there, one data point. But maybe just to have you understand maybe a little bit more what's happening there, and Andrico on YouTube, maybe that will also help you to understand maybe what's happening with SSLVC. But that's not really what's causing the share price to go up, but that's something that's happening within the company. And there's a whole lot more. I have scratched the surface. Let me put it that way.
I got you.
yep.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Time to start back over again.
Yeah,
you know?
man, Yared. Big up and link up for a discount
Yeah, man,
for,
big
the,
up,
for, the
boss.
grower, for the grower subscription, Yared. You need to join in. Plus, you get the discount. You get the discount to Dana. You get the discount to My Money JA. You get a bigger discount to both those things. Link up.
All right, bro. We'll talk.
All right, cool.
All right, boss.
Yeah, man. Give thanks.
All right. The SLVC, Dana boy, surprising.
Is it? Oh, sorry. I thought I was supposed to act surprised.
No, but yeah. You should act surprised, but because I mean, what's surprising to me is the gap. Even I am surprised at the gap in time, and the this is not a new
concept to the market
thing.
at all, and it's not even like it's a long time since. It should be fresh in memory. Certain things that happen. But it's funny with the call I wanted to, don't it?
Yes, the exact same thing with the exact same reaction with the exact same. I don't
That's
understand.
weird, bro. Like, it's supposed to say, cool, we're learning and we do the thing, right? Oh, that's crazy. But again, the talk at the time, it kind of make us say, it kind of say, this is going to be the case all over again because same talk, same everything, same talk, same time.
Same.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
I don't know, but Godspeed to all the SSLVC shareholders who will now have a new name soon because the name.
So that's the naming ceremony. Renaming done.
Yeah, renaming done. So it's about to change to MFS and as SSLVC. New day. Wow. If you have anything you want to talk about,
that alone new. That alone new, Randy.
Yeah, I mean, they paid 9 cents for it, and that's crazy. That people are buying it for $3.30.
$3. You must be stupid,
right? Fully done. If you have any questions, anything you want to talk about, anything, you can catch us in the last part of our show, which is no. You want to send a speaking request, we will approve it and talk to you. Yannick Prince, who has been waiting for a good while. What's up, Yannick?
Hey, evening all.
Evening, boss.
Yeah, man. First, I like this, boy. I appreciate the show. Already signed up for My Money JA. Already signed up for Grow. Then I'm looking for a discount code, sir.
You get one after.
I have discount code. You get a discount link from Randy after.
Yeah. Let me be clear on something. I don't usually say this. Let me be clear on saying this.
Nobody know. Yannick.
The
man walk in and say, "Era, you give me a discount to boss."
You know, you go shop.
Start. You give me a discount still.
You go shop with your friend them, and the friend get something for cheaper. Yeah. I forget it too. No, so that's why the shop people don't get no discount, no credit. Because if you get credit to one person, everybody want credit. No, so I don't know about that. But
so pretty much learning, right? And my intent to learn a lot because I hear a lot of good things about the grower. My approach though that I'm thinking about right now, I have a portfolio with about 10 stocks. I really don't like watching stocks, to be honest. stocks them because on a long
Why
term.
six? Why 6?
Why 6? I think 6 is more manageable in my head.
No,
you know,
no, I think
how
that's
much
not
work?
so 1
How
is more
much?
manageable than 6 then.
so yeah, 1 is way more manageable than 6
So why
So why
6?
6?
because to me 6 is more manageable in my head. I don't know, 5 or
No, so
6
why
is
not
better
1?
number.
No, I'm not saying you should go 1. I'm asking how you
The
arrive at the
reason,
number. How you
all
arrive
right,
at the number in this
the
that
reason
is.
why not 1? My principles may be skewed because, as I say, I'm just learning. So
Mm-hmm.
I am in the business of FMCG, right? So fast moving consumer goods. So I know Alaska manufacturing well. I know a Grace well, right? I know how those businesses run.
You know, we sync
Uh-huh.
up.
And I know we sync up pretty well. So by
Okay.
default, that is 3 you might have already, right? So in terms of banking, I bank with JMB, so that's why I choose a bank with NCB. So I just say, hey, 3 banking, 3 FMCG. That's just how I think,
You know
right?
what?
Maybe this approach. Go ahead.
I make when you get to when we do grow, if it's this grow, whichever one of the grow is in, when you're in there, let me know that
There's
you
a
are
point.
you. Let me know that
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
man.
are you. I
Mm-hmm.
respect how you have thought about it. As somebody who don't know it, I respect that
Uh-huh.
sort of thinking.
Mm-hmm. No, but in my mind, he's doing the right he's doing the right thing from a perspective of managing risk. I stick with what I know, but I can best expect my returns to come from. So
And
I
what
don't
I
know
can
that's
see day to day from what I know. So if
uh-huh.
I'm
I
out
can track
there,
it up and whatever, but him can keep him ears on the ground to some degree because this is where this is the space he's in. So cool. Yeah. I like it, but I don't like it.
Yeah, it's not
Because
good.
then
It's not the
yeah,
best,
at
but it's
the end of the day, you are missing something because you're sticking to you're one is sticking to what you know, and you're doing it from a perspective. You're not doing it from a perspective of what you actually want from the stocks. It sounds like you're leading down the road of I'm buying these stocks to buy these stocks. You already tell me the stocks you want, and you haven't told me what you want from those stocks. And then the question then is after that is, will those stocks give you what you want from them? So, and then you still don't answer the actual question. Why 6? Why not 2? Why not 1? You
Because
decided on a number already. Why does that number work for what you want from the
well, put
portfolio?
it this way then. I believe that anything can fail. That's why I don't believe in a 1 or anything. Right?
That's fine.
Right. So if I'm in, for example, one sector which is finance, I don't believe in one financial institution. Right. FMCG, I don't believe in one. Say I was going in agriculture, I wouldn't go just one. That's just me.
that's your
Right.
So that's the
life
same question.
principle.
Life
And
principle.
that's fine. That's a good.
Are,
That's a
are
good
you, hold on.
principle. Same.
She not listening to this.
Are they listening? Are they listening?
She's right beside me.
Of course. Big up.
Yeah, man. That's the only thing. You're not going to have more than one of. Okay?
Of course.
You
Of
want
course.
me?
Of course. Of
Just
course.
steer for this in Randy.
All right.
Yeah, man.
So you come from the perspective of safety. So you diversify for.
Well, I say it is fine as long as the thing what you want from your stocks is in line with what you're doing there. But it still don't answer the question. It's all right. You don't believe in 1, you don't believe in 2. Why 6? You're coming from 10. 10 is if you're going from that angle, 10 is better than 6, don't you?
10 is better than 6, but I don't really want to watch 10.
I think grow will do a lot for you. I think you need to find the actual balance, and I think the basis to find the balance will come from grow.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
And I think how you're approaching it already is
it's pretty
structured.
solid.
Yeah.
Just need some screwing in and tweaking.
Yeah, man. I'll be there in the split class.
Yeah, man. What's the
All right,
question?
Overall, ask a question. Yeah, man. Because while we're here, ask a question.
Okay. So what I asked a question on YouTube before, and I'm glad that you responded because I was wondering if you guys were looking at the questions in YouTube.
Yeah, but it's harder to keep track of everything. So big up people on YouTube.
Right now, to be honest.
Yeah. Then I can see them. I can see them. Big up people on YouTube, but I look at them. But if you really want to join the conversation, join the space and say something because it's easier for us to handle it that way.
I was I'm somebody who look a lot in history. I don't know if it's the best approach for equities, right? So that's asking the 10 years. So I'd go as far back as even 15. And I'm glad that you said my money affords the opportunity to look into that information.
Yeah,
So I
man.
don't know if you think that's the best approach going so far back, but that's how I normally look at numbers, like when I do work and so forth. So I can apply the same thing to life. So
It's not a bad thing to look back, but what are you looking back
Looking
for? What
for.
is, yeah.
well, what I look back for growth. I look back for trends, right? Because, for example, we're talking about equities, but I know in another particular market, which is very popular, normally October, November, that goes up,
Which
right?
market is that?
That's usually crypto, right? So usually the end of the year, crypto start go up for some strange
What
reason,
I
but
say?
right. So things like that, I try to look on to see if there's like a trend I can catch. As I said, I try to allocate some money towards the equities that I now have.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's just my principle.
All
But I
right.
don't know if it makes sense to you guys.
Yes and no. The approach of I'm putting things in monthly and whatever for a long-term investor, that's right. I'm looking for trends specifically. I'm wondering exactly why you're doing that if you're a long-term investor.
I'm a long
What
term, yes, but I'm just thinking, so hey, if we then pound dips now, I just put in more money now, right? Than put it somewhere else. That's what I think. Down times, I just about I throw as much money as I can. Up times, I just keep it
how
normal.
you determine down so then it goes a
That's some
lot
of the
deeper
learning.
than that. How
Yeah,
you
that's
determine that this is a downtime. And trust me,
mm-hmm,
one of the quickest way to lose money on the
mm-hmm.
market is determine that the downtime is based on the time, meaning time of year. Unless you have a basis for if you find the trend, find a basis for the trend. That's the best
Definitely.
advice I can get in terms of if you're looking for okay, so you recognize that hey, crypto go up these cryptos some whatever coins or whatever you're looking at crypto space goes up at the end of the year,
Mm-hmm.
and you say don't know why. That's danger because what you're saying to me is you've seen the trend, but you can't spot a point that would break the trend. So if you don't know why, then you can't tell me what would make the trend stop. So you imagine now you're positioning for that trend to happen, and the trend stop now, and you're going to put yourself in a last position because you never see it coming. You're just going on the base of the graph with this every single year. Suppose this is the year the graph will do it. So
That's
if I
true. That's true.
find and then and then make a trade because then you can say, all right, the trade will continue because whatever is continuing. The trade stop now, so I'm not going to do this because this stop now.
True. True.
Yeah. Yeah, the share price isn't magic, right? So it just be
Yeah.
and it does the share price doesn't move because the share price moves. So just because it got up, let me tell you the weakest basis for something. And a lot of people, I'm sure I'm stepping on toes for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pick a stock. Tell me any stock you know.
Careers.
Carreras. Strong, long lasting company. Heavy profits. Carreras one time it got as high as 996, 998. In fact, if you look at last year, it last year it has traded as high as the 52-week high is $11. Traded as high as $11 once, and it's currently at 991. So you know it can go back up to 11. So it can go back up to 11 at some point.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of the weakest forms of analysis and
Mm-hmm.
deciding to get into a company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Got you. Got you.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So yes, you should look at history, but you don't look at history as it's not a set of tracks that the train is on that it must come back around to again. That's not how it
Mm-hmm.
works. It's
Mm-hmm.
at a certain point in the past, certain things happened that caused the investing public to react a certain way. Now, at the
Mm-hmm.
point where we are, or at the point where we are projecting in the future, a
Mm-hmm.
certain set of things could happen. And based on my knowledge of the company and investing public now and the possible investing public at that point in the future, they may react a certain way. So that's why you kind of have to look at history for, but not for it got $10, so it
The
must can go
graph.
$10
Yeah.
again. Yeah, the graph is not. That's not how it goes. The graph is shape magic is the weakest form of analysis.
The graph is made by what happened. It don't happen the
Mm-hmm.
next way around. The graph doesn't make the thing happen. The thing happen. The graph changes based on what is happening.
I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
So
All right, so I look forward to the class then.
yeah, man, no
Yeah,
problem.
man, big up
But I
us.
mean, while you're here, it's good. I want to hear. I really like hearing what the beginners care about. So, unless somebody else is gonna send another speaking request, we can talk very quickly. Otherwise, what else did you apply for? You apply for dollar like everybody else?
Yeah, and that did have me a sweat. I can tell you because
Why?
it was my first experience in a I would call it a rush to get a stock because everybody was talking about it. So when I apply my little bit now, I noticed that I got a refund for a particular sum. So me say no man, something wrong here, so I'm to the rest of the money. Because the fee can't be so high. So me not understand. So I end up showed what they call the guy David Rose and him explained to me. And I actually got some shares, so I was grateful.
What
I
did
was
he
thankful.
explain to you?
He explained to me that it was done on a percentage basis, right? So based on what I applied for, he told me what I should have got back, and he did the calculation. Calculations was spot on what I was refunded back. So
I mean,
with that,
it's funny.
Did he?
He
Sorry, go ahead,
explained
Danai. Go ahead.
how he did the calculation.
why how he did it exactly? He knew some percentages. I don't know them as yet, right?
All right,
And
let me
him
tell
say,
you a
all right,
thing.
this for what I apply for. Him say, all right, cool. Them are gonna refund you about this. And pretty much it
Right.
was almost to the dollar. What him say? I'm say,
So
all right,
if
you're gonna get that. So
so
I
if
let
so
He
if
said he said work some magic and find out what you're supposed to get.
no magic. Apparently it's
But
what
no man, joke on
percentages.
it,
I
man.
don't know magic.
Yeah, that's
so
what I'm saying is the thing you're talking about. If you're,
Mhm.
I make Randy go first. I
no,
don't want to
well,
interpret on this.
I
Actually,
just I want you
am
to
I
keep
going
your
to
point,
interpret?
Danai, and I want you to do, but I just wanted to ask something. Prospectus drop opening Friday. And grow, you're not coming to grow until maybe after that, so you're not like you get a chance to ask. Would you be in the same situation again? Like if you apply and you hear so you're not getting as much or whatever, you
No,
have
you
to.
know why? All right, my approach will be different because
Yeah.
what happened is that I have two equities account, two different
No man,
financial
hold on. Before you go into the approach and stuff,
Yeah.
I know your approach will be different, but whatever you applied for, even with a different approach, whatever you applied for, you're still probably not going to get all of it. So would you be able to do the calculations on your own now to know how much you're getting back as a refund?
To be honest, no, I've not researched the exact breakdown, so
So
I can't do it
you'd
right
have
now.
to
But I
you'd have
will.
to link David again.
No, and if I wouldn't link him again, I'd have got
But I mean,
find how and
you
learn.
have
No, because guess what? The same way him learn, me can learn. So
there we go. There we go. There
Which
we
is
go. All
right.
right. Yeah, man. So sorry, I just wanted to hear that. What would happen? Because you see how
So
instead of learning, you're just given the thing, and it mean that it sound good and it feel good in the moment, and it's impressive. But then you realize, say, yo, if it happen again, I can still need somebody again. It doesn't really empower you, right?
well, David number got changed now.
Yeah. So suppose you can't reach David, then you're kind of stuck. So, but go ahead with your point, Danai.
Yeah, no. So as I was saying, I was going to explain this. The thing that your broker should have been telling you all this in truth, and not necessarily how much you're getting, yes, and whatever, but they should be telling you where to go and find that information. It's on the JSC site. They put it out. When an IPO is closed, then tell you, all right, how much are you support? It's a point that come after they close and get something called the base allotment, whatever, and they tell you exactly how much shares you would get. Then tell you how to do the calculation or whatever to find out how much shares you should get in the IPO. That has to come out. So yeah, so he wasn't working magic, because I'll say it's not magic yet. That's
no,
what you were saying.
I
I don't
don't
know.
think so.
I'm not saying you were saying it's magic. I'm just saying
Mhm.
it's pretty public available information, and you can go check it. Yeah, so you just check JSC site when an IPO thing there, just read it, keep checking it, check for updates, or you can think that what might work better is check
mymoneyja.com.
the telegram feed if you have that for every Miko telegram feed, and that will show you the news from the JSC site, and you can use that to find out how much of the IPO you're supposed to get.
Yeah. Or if you check mymoneyja.com, we also have it there. So in this case, what David did was that he probably asked if you had a reserve. If you didn't have a reserve, then you would be in the public pool, right?
Right. So I
If you
think there are three pools. I don't remember which one is the third one. I think it was a public one for you. I think so.
if you weren't in the public pool, you would know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't know, you're in the public pool, and
Okay.
if you're watching this in the future on YouTube, you'll see it. They put out that everybody from the public pool will receive 10,000 shares plus a
And 2.6%.
prorated 2.5, and then they edited that later on to 2.6. So literally, all you could do is take the amount of money that you applied with, minus 10,000 from that, and then you'd get a number. Multiply that number by 0.026, and that's how much you get. So the remainder is what would have been coming back to you. The important thing to note, though, for you and for everybody else, is that once you apply in an IPO, once you've actually filled in the stuff, actually applied and submitted the money, you're gonna get some shares. You're very likely to get some shares. Not very likely. You're on once nothing is wrong, you're gonna get part of it. You might not get what you want, and these days the truth is, I think going into the foreseeable future, you probably will never again get everything that you wanted, but you will get some shares if it's even one. And after an IPO is closed, what comes out is the basis of an allocation, where they tell how they allocate the shares. In other words, how them share it up for people. And anybody can go on and simply just do the quick maths on that, and they'll see how it goes. So that will allow you and anybody listening or watching to know how to do it for themselves going forward.
All right. Thanks for that, man.
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
no
man.
problem. And this is the thing that we were joking about earlier, where we said that in this case, if you applied from multiple JCSD account, you would have been better off than maybe somebody who applied with a lot of money from a single account, because you would have gotten multiple 10,000 bases.
But you meaning if I used VMware and JMMB and something
Correct.
else, for example?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you'd apply from 3 of them, you'd have gotten, at least in the case of Dollar, you'd have gotten, let's say you applied with 100 grand to all 3 of them, you'd have gotten, I don't know when I said 100 grand. Let's say you applied with 10 grand to all 3 of them, so 30 grand.
Learn, man. That's all I
Yeah.
say.
Versus if you had applied with the 30 grand to just one,
Right.
you'd have gotten 10,520 shares.
Right. Got
Yeah,
you.
but understand this from the lesson. It's not always gonna work that way. Sometimes you can apply from multiple and then put all of them together same way, or them just pick one and kick out the rest. They have the right to do that if they want. So there is no guarantee. So I want, especially new people, because I hear from all the new people. Next time you apply from 15 or 12.
Yep.
Yeah, you might do
Oh,
that.
gosh.
And it might not make a difference. It might not work. They have the power to do that. Please remember that I said this, because it will happen at some point in the future. It's happened in the past and it will happen again. And when it
People did
happens,
ball and vex.
yeah, you're vexed, but you're vexed. You can't vex.
You vex within expectations.
Yeah.
In fact, you shouldn't vex. You should also know what the possibilities are. You work with that in mind.
Yeah, man. If you want to learn about this stuff ahead of time, you want to know it, if you want to understand it, come to Grow. Every maker comes to Grow and you learn about this. And
Yeah, man. Check it book already, man.
All right, no problem. All right, big up, Yanni. So wait, what else are you looking on?
In terms of stocks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for argument's sake, my main that I use is capital markets, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times I go in the capital markets, you see a lot of pluses, right? Declines is known again is a honey bun and a carriers up and down, up and down. It for me, I think your platform, the platform My Money may be better because it actually says what's happening. This you only see the plus up 30, down 9. So it doesn't tell me a good story. So I need to really sit down and decide with what I keep in and what I letting go.
Okay.
You keep on let go. Boy, see them think that too. You keep it and let go based on what.
As I said, things. That is just
No,
my
man,
thing.
I know. That's
More
fine.
understand what I have in its entirety and see if I can grow with it because all the companies that I have, they provide dividends. Right? We know say probably I can live off dividends for now, but hey, maybe it can reinvest it, and you do something for me for the future. You know? So that's just my thing.
Oh no, what I was saying wasn't that at all. You know, but you were saying the platform and then it go through, and I was saying, is the decision to think that anywhere influenced by the money you've made so far on any other stocks? This
The
decision keep it.
to keep, and
Yeah.
you know, so all of them is just that I have it's not a level playing field because some have way more shares than others, right? And some
It's
I believe
easy way to level it out, percentage.
percentage.
But I'm saying it shouldn't be based on that, by the way. I'm saying it shouldn't base it on, all right, I make X money so far. Because again, you say long term. I don't know what long term is for you, so I can't write that in. But it sounds like the very long term, like truly long term. So it's all you decide on based on where you think it's going, not where it's coming from. Good. It's all going to make money in the future, not making money already.
It's true.
Very often the thing you making money already, that's what you should probably be selling. Because cool, you make money. In not such way you make more after this. So yeah.
True, I get what you're saying. What you guys think about Trans Jamaica though? I didn't get it, but I know somebody who spent a lot of money on it, and they're really disappointed. They're really disappointed.
Boy, I feel all the time for that one. What?
I think that
we think about it how it's a company. It has a good business model.
Well, even there, just stop and think about that. Like what you're saying. Like, what are you really saying when you say, "What do we think about it?" Yeah. What are you really asking? Ask the real question that you want to ask.
So it's not a question for me because I don't own it, but it's a question to somebody that's close to me, right? We're even talking about it today. And long term, I don't understand the business fully. I'm saying, hey, it must be the roads. I don't know if it's the roads and the toll, but hey, it's more something to do with the roads because I haven't read up on it like that. But the person was explaining that they want to probably get like one dividend, two the most, something like that, and they expected more
since
because
IPO?
Not since IPO, since last year.
So the person doesn't know how they make money either.
Pardon me?
The person that invested doesn't know how they make money either.
Apparently not, because I think they did like probably a quarter, put like 250 in it, and then expect something to happen, you know. But as when I explain, so as when I explain, so it's not necessarily so it works still with my little knowledge. I don't think that's how it works at all.
Why did they expect more dividends? They said they only got one and I'm so disappointed. Why did they expect more?
I guess because how people were talking about it before at the point in time when it was purchased. I think so.
Oh yeah, sorry. Not that. The thing that I'm finding funny, let me explain it before I misunderstood. The thing that I'm finding funny is the talk around it from like the broker side and whatever was severely based on dividends as a reason to buy it. But yeah,
that's true.
If you're that person should really reevaluate what they want, and if Trans Jamaica is the thing for them, and they should have a real reason why outside of what people say. That's a very dangerous road to go down now.
True.
Because people say that people not investing with them, people not getting no money or nothing like that. So them alone now in the situation, disappointed with the stock they bought, and the people who are saying might be very okay what they got outside Trans Jamaica.
Got you. But honestly, it's a learning thing. So whatever I learn, I pass on.
Right,
well, yeah, it's still the same question. You ask what we think about it, what that mean, what you want to hear from us.
Well, what I want to hear say, hey, how you evaluate a stock? I want to hear your feedback. Say, hey, then what was the reason behind it? Which we know so that is what you're thinking, right? But
what are we thinking? What you know that we're thinking?
No, in terms of, for example, no, you get the stock. Why the person take the stock? What was the reason why the person take the stock? So pretty much, that's what I was just saying.
Man, I get that, but let's do it for you.
Right now?
Yeah, man. Right now.
Let's think about it. Something that I've not researched, but something that is needed. Would that be something like? Well, it was again in a Panjamla Finance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Very,
something that
yeah.
for
But why? So why do you find
We're,
them?
we're, we're interested. We're interested. What about that? You're interested in?
funny enough, I've always I saw an article some time ago, and I said I'd research further, in which it had some good returns on it, and it historically based on what they say, it's like good things are happening in the future, but I need to research to understand more about it. But it's just something that always in the back of my mind.
So
Ah, I
it
get
was
it.
like back in my mind, mean, boy, I need to research and put it into half too long, so you know exactly what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So that's pretty much it for me, still.
All right,
All
boss.
right, I get you. All right, no problem. I just want you to think. I tell you and anybody listening, wondering about it. You need to think about what it is that you want before you look on any investment.
Yeah,
That's the simple advice. Think about
Inve-
what you want.
exactly.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and why you
Mm-hmm.
look at it because
You can't buy the thing and then decide that. You can't buy the thing and decide that it is what you want. You can't buy the thing and then afterwards you decide what you want. You have to know what you want to know the thing you're buying makes sense to buy. It's going to give you what you want.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Although somebody would rather jump in and get the liquor after still.
Oh, I don't know,
oh,
but I've never rather losing money.
Right, right. But learning as I go along.
all right. Well,
All
you
right,
can.
boss.
Well, you're doing the right thing. We'll see how grow and see how you sound after grow. I think it might be a shift in your thinking. Um,
Indeed.
yeah, I needed shift. All right. So big up and I sent out the very last call. So if somebody was like, yo, I should have did ask, or me did want, this is the chance, this is the time to send a speaking request, and we will,
So should have me.
yeah, we'll grant it. I will talk because I think we're gonna wrap up pretty soon. So this is your chance to jump in if you're still in and listening. Then something interesting about how I'm always very keen in how beginners pick which stocks they like and which stocks they choose to put their money in and the thinking behind it. I really like this because as much as I do
Yes.
not think it is good, and I don't think it's good. Let me be very clear. I don't think it's good, unless there are very small situations in which I think that it is good. Where you,
But then again, it's the thing that what I like about it is, all right, I'm a beginner. I don't really know how to research this thing, but I know I want to start investing. So I put my money in places where I expect good returns and I
yeah,
can actually monitor how they're doing. That's
that's
what I
what
like
I
about it.
liked about
It's
it.
along
Yeah,
the same lines of just buy what you know, buy the things you know, buy the things you use and
yeah,
think they are good businesses.
yeah.
That kind of thing. So it's
That
not you're not leading to the ignorance. It's okay, I'm ignorant about it to a certain degree, but I can make some of an educated decision around it because I know this thing enough. Or I know this thing to this degree, or more than everything else, this is what I know. Yeah.
Yeah, that it makes sense to me. I really like that as a start, but as a strategy, it is how you lose money. And I don't know, like some
Facts.
companies always get mentioned, like the Panjam is,
Yes. And it's
yeah,
part of it. Yeah. I think it's thing with them again is the blue chip effect.
the name, the old money. I don't know what to say. It's just an interesting thing, but please note, Panjam is currently at 60. The company performance is not share price performance. That's
Yes.
important,
Uh-huh.
a very important thing for you to note.
Yep.
I see we have one last person
But
jump
but
on. No,
also,
go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, yes, it's what you say, same thing. Premier performance isn't share price performance, but you have to know what you actually want from it. Knowing what you want from it. If you do not conflate it with company and whatever it is, that's why I hear things like good company as a reason to buy a stock, as a reason for a stock to go up. It's nothing to do with the company. I mean, it's nothing to do with all companies are good companies, so the price will go up. What's happening for the company? Why the price will go up? That you have to answer those questions. Not boy is a good company, said it will rise in perpetuity. It's a bit more complex than good company.
Yeah, it's I don't know. There's so many missteps that can be made in this space, and it's funny because the missteps do not feel like missteps.
Missteps, yes.
Yeah, they sound like you're doing. Yeah, I go in with XYZ because, and it sound a very nice sounding reason that don't work in this space. Not because it's not good, but it's just not good in this space. Yeah, and it's a easy way to lose a whole heap of money. So, Godspeed. I see the last person join. Done well. You've decided to take the call and not make the evening end without joining us. See a question that you definitely wanted to ask. What's up, sir?
Oh, what's
Welcome,
up?
big
What's
boss.
up? Who do that, man?
Welcome.
Yeah, just reaching. So I just tuning in. I'm not sure if you guys would have discussed this before, which would be the notice which VM would have sent out, speaking about the possible scheme of arrangement to take place, for the VM group, which would be the financial holding company, and then spoke about the possibility or them now having the ability to raise
To
funds for
raise money.
the entire group.
Uh-huh. How you think it's going to happen? Because
No,
I see that. I think there are a couple of ways. The no, you tell me before we start. What are you thinking?
So what I was thinking involves for some way no, the group would be the listed entity instead of just the investment arm of the business. So it would be the entire group that becomes listed, and then now that way they raise the entire amount of money that they eyeing to raise from the public.
Yeah.
Um, and in some way, that might be an easier raise in terms of the ability to get capital than to go the straight debt route, because while the cost of debt while the cost of equity technically would increase, given that the cost of debt is already increasing, it would be easier to raise equity in terms of on the company's numbers, because the return to equity is not necessarily paid immediately. It can be paid on the back end, and there's no hard and fast thing that says you raise 2 billion from a right issue, you have to start paying dividends today. But you raise 2 billion on a bond, you have to start paying a
paying
quarter
back the
after
debt.
the bond
Correct.
bond
Uh-huh.
is
Or
actually
whatever
funded.
the bond payment terms are. Yeah, yeah.
But you think they're
Yeah.
going to miss it? The holding the scheme arrangement is to pull everything from the VM group into that new entity, and the new entity will be the mutually owned piece. Getting in where is that the basically the people, if you are a customer of the BM group, I know from the thing, right, again, the building society, that's mutual.
Yes.
They
It
will say
remains
they say
neutralized
no.
at the point. Yeah.
So what I find interesting then is how the mutual will work now. Will it be any VM group customer or just the building society customers
Well,
that own the thing there, that own the holding company group, and then we'll list that big shareholder something, because then everybody, if you have an account, then you own piece, and then imagine listing that.
well, what would the big deal be around
That should be
listing it?
there's no actual big. The big deal to me is it's a very wide ownership base there. So
So doesn't that now mean a wider base to then
to
raise
raise
funds
capital,
for?
oh no,
Be-
definitely.
Because argument that we want
Yes.
raising from a wider
Yes.
base.
No.
So
Yes. But then
But what is the raising
imagine
nature?
that. Yeah. And then think that too. Also, what was that? Another point I can't think. Forgetting.
But I think I wish he had come on earlier. But with the brains fresher, but it's fine.
like Sir Donald doesn't want to come to conversation. Like in talking so much very codedly. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just to have, you know, a small discussion around it and not to let out exactly, I
mhm.
say X, Y, Z, because, this is something that would have been discussed from
I don't tell him
last
to talk about it,
year,
man. Yeah,
June
man.
or
Longer than
July,
that.
yeah, so it's not something new that just come today. It's just that
Years
I think
actually.
the announcement that I think they received the no objection from the Bank of Jamaica this week.
Mm-hmm.
So it's as would be said
It's
in the
say fresh
community.
again.
Analyst circle to say the people in that small financial investing circle in Jamaica are expecting. I think there's going to be a BOJ commercial banking license applied for, and I'm saying that solely on the fact that I see that speculation from insiders on Twitter.
Uh-huh.
Insiders meaning industry insiders, not VM insiders. Industry
Mm-hmm.
insiders, and I am well aware of how. Like I pay attention to them on Twitter in a specific way because they speak. It's obvious when information leaks through their circle, and then
Uh-huh.
they put out that it would be surprising if and then it happened, and you're not low. It's like it's anyway. I said that because I saw it also, and I see enough people saying it that I go, okay, well, I'm surprised when that comes up on the radar. I'll think about it. But your specific point, Donwell, that you had was around what is happening with the VM group and the scheme of arrangement and an APO.
I mean, if they already have the wider base, how much wider does it need to be? Why not just reward the building
The current
society?
shareholders.
Yeah, and just do the right issue. How wider do you need the base to be? Because I think the building society would be wide enough. You don't think the
Yeah.
building society would be wide enough to
Oh,
raise
definitely. Because they start talking about it as VM customers and not the building society customers. I didn't own VMware by having a VMware account. I own VMBS by having a VMBS account. So the question then is, if when they met the group, if do I now own a piece by having VMBS by having a VMware account? How that work? Or
Do I
just
know
this,
own what?
this how wide the base were really be?
The building
We just,
society, society currently is the top of the current group. Yeah.
yep. But then they got them with the scheme arrangement they're doing now is for a thing there. The building
Is
society owners to now become the holding company owners.
correct because of the
That owns the
BOJ's
whole group.
requirements. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is
So
how it
now,
was always anyway. Because VM Building Society
no,
owns the whole
yes,
group.
I know, man. So now, but the thing is, I only own if I'm a building society client, not if I'm a VMIL client. So now, are they changing it that VMIL clients can't think they own a piece of the group, or I wonder if they're making that wide a base or not.
I don't think so. I don't think you can do that because I don't think going up just off the principles off the top of my head, I don't think that you can remove the benefit from shareholders that they currently have without an equal benefit replacing it, and also with their permission.
What
right?
No, man. So
The benefit is that the VM Building Society members own the group currently.
Yeah,
This
man.
holding
But
company is being
if I walk in
created.
today in a building society and I don't account before, I'm not an owner of the building society,
Correct.
which is the holding company of the group now. So
Correct.
the new group is going to own all the things and not the building society.
Well, but the new company is going to be owned by the building
Owned
society.
by the building society.
By the
New
building
company,
society's members.
Society owners. Yeah. So now and the same thing that apply with meaning new owners are owned it through opening a building society account. So if you walk in today, can be a new owner. The piece will share up more and more and more as more clients come in. They're talking about clients, the client grab across the whole group. So I'm wondering if the thing there, if VMIL will not be owned by the holding company, do either VML customer get a piece of the holding company, or will it only be for building society owners, which will just be a piece of the biggest piece, of course, but it will just be a piece of the whole thing.
In other words, are building society owners going to be diluted?
Hey, every time a new account open,
Yeah, but
so
are
will
they
it be
going
a
to be
big deal?
massively diluted? Because that's much bigger dilution.
Yeah.
Like when you go on to the building society. By the way, the dilution itself is not that big a deal if it's in the rules from up front. So when you buy into the building society, you buy into the fact that if a new person comes in after you and opens an account, they're also that's fine. You're being diluted. That's fine, right? Just like with a credit union, same thing.
It's exactly that. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
So you're saying you don't think it will change?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying anything.
Oh.
I'm saying that I can see how a scheme of arrangement can lead to a lot of money being raised and a lot of if people don't know that they're being diluted, they don't know to care. And for me, I'm not in any of them, so I don't care one way or another. I mean, I am just interested because I think V Mill, the investment arm, is going to be involved in this possible raise and all of that stuff, right?
But that's also our next thing too, you know.
And maybe even
That's
listing of that entity.
Well, wait, I don't want to throw this idea.
I think
I don't want to throw this idea out there. But I want to have the conversation around it. But in truth, if I have a conversation here, I'll be the same conversation as I have with you offline.
Well, let's have the conversation offline, and maybe we have brick talk every week, so maybe somebody
we can decide later. True,
maybe somebody from VM, maybe somebody from VM can come on and have the conversation about VM. I'm sure they'd want to have their voice join ours and not just have us lead and determine the conversation. Which, if they don't join, we will.
So you go. You're right.
Yeah. So I'd love for them to jump on and have the conversation with us. But either way, I think that there's a lot of opportunity there. I'm always laser focused on my pocket. So how can I earn from this? V-Mill has not had the best year. I think now they have done
it's a 1 quarter.
It's a 1 quarter, is it a 1 year?
They were actually the last the previous 2 quarters were good compared to what was going on before, and then this last quarter wasn't good. It was bad. It was a break from it's a break away from the good they were getting.
True, and true. They still can. I don't know what they look at there, but I mean I think almost everybody, their comprehensive income has got. Everybody who has a fund that has been underperforming has had the comprehensive income take heavy hits. Let your funds perform better and you'll have better results. But I think VM has taken to. I've been paying attention to them since they put out those last bad results for the quarter, the last 2 quarters.
And serious man.
The man them is like, like when your parents beat you and then you have to get it right after that. Get beaten again. That's how VM look like them trucking wickedly, boys. So them make a big deal about the home choice investment that they have. And I hear them talking about other
deals on deals.
Exactly. The man them take it serious, like them trying to really, really move after this. But what will come out of it remains to be seen. Now, the VM restructuring, I think, is an opportunity for V-Mill to make a lot of money. And I think a lot of good. I think there might be a lot of benefit coming out of that. Yeah. Now, as to whether or not V-Mill will. I'm not touching that V-Mill melding point because
the V-Mill, I think no matter what, V-Mill will see some benefit. It just depends on how it go. The type of benefit you're going to see.
Yeah, and if it's a type of benefit that will encourage an increase in the share price.
Oh, that too.
Yeah, very important point to note.
I'm watching it. We'll talk about it.
But it's a good point, Sir Donwell. Thank you for bringing it up. I will touch it again.
Sir Donwell, we talk about it as well, you know? Yeah, it's interesting, bad man.
Very, 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 very interesting. And there's also a Gleaner article about it that is also very interesting. That that I expect that if people should go out and read that Gleaner article. You go on mymoneyga.com, put in VM, and you can see all of the points around it, including the RJR article and the talk about the new parent. Having said that, guys, I think we've been going for a little while, so thank you guys very much for joining us. Thank you, Sir Donald, for capping the evening. Anybody else who wanted to set a speaker request, I guess your chance is now up.
Next week.
Yeah, next week we can get in with it. Thank you, Danai, for doing this with me, and your internet for holding up. So at least we got to hear your voice.
Man, bro.
Yeah, and big up to the Grower Guards. And remember, guys, there's more to come with the market. Don't worry. And if you're brand new, there's a whole heap of gems out there. Pick up that. Use mymoneyja.com. You want to sign up now and go see Danai D Hall. Danai, you'd have an announcement about your dates opening up.
Oh yeah, on Monday. So on Monday, I'll be opening dates to new clients. So you can come in, book your session, and we'll just work as a new client. So yeah, you should be fine there. Just look out for Monday. I'll tweet stuff for on my page and click book consultation, and then scroll down and you can sit in there. You'll see the priority list that whenever I open, whenever any session is free or whatever, I send out an email through that, and if you're on the list, you'll get it. And you have a week to book without need to be checking it every single day. So yeah. So Monday, I'll send out some to the priority list, and then I'll tweet later on that all right, who is open.
Yeah.
So I'll keep checking the site if that's your game. But yeah, on Monday you can book a session with me as a new client.
Yeah, and I always grab a couple of sessions for the grow, for a couple of people who do grow. So it's not everybody that does grow will get a chance to get to the Danai session, but the people who participate the most there, I try to get 1 or 2 sessions for them. So and these sessions are usually closer, so you don't have to wait, and you get a discount having done grow. So if you want to do grow, if you want to learn to do it, and also get the great support from easily the best person talking equities as an advisor in Jamaica now, then that's your chance. evermickle.com/grow or dhalladvisory.com and book your consultation. All right. Thank you guys very, very much. Then I have anything else you want to leave them with, or is that it?
No, man. Let's up. Keep investing. Start investing. Money to be made. Don't leave it off the table. Go for it.
Yeah, man. All right. Big up and good night, everybody.
Yeah, man. People, best up.